Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I'm May, and we're back with I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. There are so many things that we need to be doing in this game, but we're so close to the end for the second time. Let's see how this all turns out. We may not get there today, but we'll definitely get there soon. Thank you for the 5 months, Plague Dr. Man. It's been lovely having you. I'm so glad you're back to being a sub. That is fantastic. But at the moment, I need to get back into this game. Let's go. Let's go. We have all gotten our final glow-ups. This is how Rin looks. Now, this is the cute art for, sort of, dude leaning, any all. And, now we have everyone else's glow-ups that we get to go check out. For the very first time, we get to see Tammy in all of her nearly adult glory. Look at her. She's gorgeous. She's got those childbearing hips, let me tell ya. We can actually see her full art here. Oh, she's so cute. She takes after her mother. And her father. Her father, Tonan's a pretty big dude. Really? That's strange, Trav, because, it's not early on my end. Isn't short hair Rin brilliant? We were kind of like May Rin was kind of rocking a rocker look, but short hair Rin is pretty awesome. It is, of course, early quiet, which means that our birthday is at the end of the month, so let's get to it, shall we? But yeah, Tammy is a queen, let me tell you. Tammy is working on something that involves a lot of yarn and shiny beads. She looks up and gives you a tired smile. Hello, Rin. How nice to see you. I know. I'm gonna give Tammy a flower. Tammy accepts the flower with a huge smile. Thank you so much, Rin. These are my absolute favorite, especially the yellow ones. Ah, she's so adorable. Aspartame, as sweet as her name. Indeed, indeed. And then we have, of course, Tangent. Still amazing looking. I mean, really just depends on the person. Some people look great in certain lengths. I owe almost everything I am to Chief Engineer Instance, Tangent says. She sees me for who I really am. Tangent runs her fingertips over her jaw. Without her, I would probably be as sad and as isolated as my brother, or as broken as my mother was. I owe her my life. I would do anything she asked of me. Well, yeah, that's a problem. Have a flower. I hope you find it useful. Oh, and that got us to a relationship event. Let's go. Heck yeah, we're up to 71. Tangent is about to duck back into engineering when you approach. She winces and shields her eyes from the sun. She looks at you miserably, and you notice that her right eye is glowing faintly. It's my new hollow eye implant, Tange says. Its ghostly glow snaps in and out of existence as she blinks. I seem to be experiencing some unpleasant side effects from it, similar to that of an ocular migraine, Tange confesses. Probably. Well, I don't have enough eggs, Trav. That's kind of the problem at the moment. I tend to keep my hair pretty shoulder length most of the time. It's easier to take care of that way. Instance warned me that this level of visual information can be difficult for the human brain to comprehend at first. You agree to follow her into engineering to get out of the sun. It's similar to a holopalm, she explains, still holding her forehead and squinting, but with an infinitely large screen because it projects it directly onto the oculus. It used to belong to Dr. Instance, but she passed it down to me to help with my work. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon. Tange sets her jaw and nods, determined. I know I will. It's only pain. It's more than an implant, Tange continues as you follow her to the medbay labs. Hollow eyes are on the very forefront of human augmentation. They represent our next step towards ascending as a species. She touches the red scar where her holopalm used to be. No more clunky screens, no privacy concerns, she says quietly. Elegant, integrated design. It observes the motion of my hands and uses it to generate an AR interface for my entire field of vision. It's partly powered by my own metabolism, through the magnets embedded in my skull. It's beautiful. Nobody else is here. You hear the gentle hum of experiments running in the corner. This kind of technology is so far beyond what we're capable of reproducing in the colony. Tange sighs, rubbing her temple under the implant. Once they're gone, they're gone. Maybe Earth will send us a shipment of new ones someday, but I expect they've developed something more advanced since we left Earth. I suppose it's more likely they've forgotten about us completely. No, I wouldn't say that. Bring, bring! The quiet hum of the laboratory is shattered by an alarm. Tange jumps at the sudden noise and shuts her eyes tight. I have to get this, she mutters, gesturing to the air to silence the ringing. The simulation I'm running is time-sensitive, she explains. The specimens require minute changes to their environment every 2 hours. Temperature, humidity, light levels. She grimaces. If we had better automation, this wouldn't be a problem. Well, thankfully we have a biology large enough. So we're gonna help her so that she doesn't have to do it. Yeah, everyone here is very stylish. They did such good work with the art. Tangent considers this. Yes, you have proven yourself trustworthy in the lab, she says. It's experiment 2A on the wall there. She slumps down on the floor beside you, rests her head in her arms. Go and tell me what you see, and I will walk you through it. With Tangent's assistance, you set the new environmental parameters for her experiment, which seem to involve fungal growths of some kind. It's unfamiliar to you, but you're able to follow Tangent's instructions easily. While you're looking over some of the specimens, you realize that you could make improvements to Tangent's modeling. Nope. We will not. Well, actually, should we meddle? Because she got in trouble the last time this happened. We know better. But if we meddle with it to improve things, do we make things worse for us or better? Knowing that this is probably related to the genocide ending. Not because I have been told much about the genocide ending, but because I thwarted it last time. I already know that it exists. I don't really want to go through it. Should we use meta-knowledge to know what the experiment involves, and that if she's successful, it's either going to go horribly wrong or she's going to absolutely be emotionally wrecked by it? Well, probably will be if it's successful too, in fairness. Don't. It will help her learn how to engineer a plague. Remember, genocide is not POG. Okay. I wasn't sure if this would be helpful to the genocide ending or make it mess up more. You think better of messing with Tanja's experiments. Tanj breathes a sigh of relief when you return. That should buy me 2 more hours. Tanj shifts over wordlessly, inviting you to sit down beside her. Her arm is cool to the touch as it rests against yours. Tanj turns to you. Thank you for your assistance. It was nothing. Tanj gives you a slight smile, barely visible in the faint glow of her hollow eye. Then thanks for nothing, I suppose, she says. Please don't tell Instance that my body is adjusting poorly to the hollow eye, she adds. It's only temporary. This stupid flesh prison is not allowed to draw the limits of my form. Everything that Tanj does is related to that ending. It's a truly massive project. It's effectively her life's work. Well, life to date, anyway. Indeed. Poor thing. Suffering so much. So, Nem is at 82 already. Arguably, we could get her there, but I don't have red Xeno eggs, and I don't know what else she likes. Crystal clusters is not it. I've tried other things. But I, unfortunately, don't have any Xeno eggs. This is a +1. This is a +1. I haven't given her a flower, but she doesn't seem to be a flowers type of girl. I could give her this. I still have it. But I don't know what else she likes is the problem. If I knew what that was and I had it, I could give her. If it's cake, I can afford cake. Like, I can go get cake. So if you guys know, please tell me. Which is why, weirdly, to get a better ending, at least as far as I know, you have to become her really good friend while also not helping her with research at all and sometimes even actively sabotaging. Yeah, I may have to go out scavenging this particular season. Because everything's been reset, so we will find eggs now, but there's only a limited supply of them, so... If she has a second liked thing, I would really appreciate knowing it. Because she's at an 82. It is feasible to get her to a 90 in a reasonable amount of time this year. Cake. I mean, it has to end up on the likes list. That's the caveat. I just always gave her eggs. Nem loves eggs, hates crystals, and everything else is in between. She'll also love cake for her birthday, but only Cal wants it otherwise. Okay. So, eggs it is. Then we will go out to get eggs for her. I click on him. I dismiss him entirely because I don't like him. Nami! Mom, Dad asked me if I was getting serious with anyone. Nami says, wrinkling their nose. Gross aroni, right? Well, I do have a present for you. Here he is, in all of his puppy glory. Over the years, a lot of people have started wearing a lot less clothing than you remember from when you were growing up on the climate-controlled stratospheric. Definitely a lot less than in the holovids you brought from Earth. Rex, though? Rex has really acclimated to Vertemna's hot, sultry weather. I don't have empathy that high. Dang. I think I'm like 4 away from it though. I'm heartbroken over Sim, so I'm gonna flirt. Rex throws his head back and laughs so loud it echoes through the courtyard. Ah-woo! He howls. Ah-woo! You both giggle, then lock eyes for a few seconds that feel like literal months. Eventually, Rex fixes you with a fangy smile and scratches the back of his head. It does nice things to his whole chest, shoulder, bicep situation. So you like what you see, huh? He leans in like it's sharing a secret. Me too, he whispers, then winks at you. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, look at this boy. Look, I got you a present. Rex beams with happiness as you hand over the mushwood. What? Really, really? He exclaims. I need this for building the bar. Thank you so much. Rex shoots you with a shy smile. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? Real gamers always flirt. Did you know that Sim has died and May is now sad? You should. Yep, no, I do know that. Raptor, I am May. Wow, really? Surprising, right? I know, I'm so sad. I have to flirt with somebody. And Sim's not here to be flirted with. What the heck is this life? You spot Rex carrying supplies and big pieces of wood into the construction site at the end of the lounge, the future home of his bar. He waves at you, well, as much as a wave as he can do with his arms full of mushwood. Hey, Loren, he calls out to you. Things are going great in here thanks to you. It'll be done in no time. You take a look at what you can see. Rex has kept it all pretty well tarped up and hates letting people inside to peek, but you can tell it's big. Perhaps a little too big? Ambitious, maybe, for a first solo construction project. But Rex has had a lot of help from his crew, and from the whole colony. He'd have to be able to find enough wood. Do I tell him that it's ready to be finished now? I'd love to see it, or I'm sure it'll be great. Oh gosh, I had no idea. Just know that Sim is always with you. Oh wait, just give the flower to Nem if you ain't giving it to Dis, because the white flower gives 10. Excellent point. Sure, use your future memories. I'm pretty sure last run we did, I'm sure it'll be great. But I could be wrong. It may be I said I'd love to see it, because, I mean, both are true. Either or both. But, it's ready to be finished now. You've seen this bar in your dreams. Rex was so proud of it, and it was perfect and huge, but it didn't have to be. The joy people had from going there wasn't from how opulent it was. It was from being able to relax with their friends. You remember joking with Rex about how people would have loved it even if it was just a few planks and a keg of beer. The thing is, you remember other things too. It hurts when you try to remember specifics from your dream, but you just have a feeling that maybe Rex doesn't have enough time to finish the darn thing. Feels like something's bad is going to happen and, well, we have to live life now when the living's good. You tell Rex as much, and look of relief on his face tells you that he'd been thinking the same thing. You're right, Rin, he says, scratching his ear. I should stop trying to make it so perfect, because it'll never get done. He smiles. How about we open it next week? About a week later, Rex stands before you and a few interested members of the construction crew, as well as a very excited-looking Nami. I think it's time to open the bar, Rex says uncharacteristically, stuttering over his words. Thanks, Rin, for reminding me what's really important. That we have a place to partay. With that, Rex flips on the house lights. The crowd gasps and blinks in awe. There's so much to see. Maybe it's not as spectacular as it could have been if you let Rex bang away at it forever, but it's good enough. There's a stage and a dance floor and a few places for people to lounge around on pillows, and of course, there's a bar. Just a little lightly stocked for now. But you're sure Rex's next job will be to cajole some lookers out of the stores. You're happy and you convinced Rex to unveil it. You're happy you convinced Rex to unveil it now. He's obviously a bit nervous, but it's not all quite right, but people love it anyway. We are going to pour our friends a drink, especially Rex, because I think he needs one. The bar is stocked with some kind of mushroom wine. You pour celebratory shots for Rex, Nami Nami, and yourself. You feel all kinds of grown up when you clink glasses with them. Ew, it's so sour. Why did the adults drink this stuff? You ask Nami and make faces and sip your shots as Rex laughs. During the day, this place will be a quiet cafe where people can gather with friends or sit and study. At night, Mars is going to lead karaoke nights, and Nami will make sure the dance floor is always jumping. And I'll just be happy that everyone else has a good time here, Rex tells you. It's great to finally have a place purpose-built for having fun. Thank you, Rin, for all your help. Oh, believe me, Rex, it was our pleasure. Rex whistles as you approach, giving you a heated up and down with his eyes. Did you do something different with your hair? He asks, then leans in to sniff you. New body spray? No. Is that a new shirt? Whatever you're doing, it's working for you. He makes a claw with one hand and growls sexily at you, then cracks up. And, of course, we had to get in our hugs. What's he up to now? A solid 43. Rex folds you into his arms, bending his whole body to you. He smells warm and a little spicy, like clean sweat and sunshine. It's a good hug, the kind that makes you instantly just a little more relaxed. All right. I think it's time to go this way and to talk to Mars. You see Mars reclining with her feet in a bowl of water, colorful goop on her face, and slices of dust melon on her eyes. She lifts the dust melon off one of her eyes as you approach. I could identify your clomping of horrible boots while fast asleep, darling, she says. Are you still running around everywhere? It sounds exhausting. It's important to take care of yourself. She settles the dust melon slice back on her eyes and smiles. You should take notes. Well, Mars, have a pretty crystal. Yep, you can see your face in it, and you are beautiful. I still don't have this. Let's see here. I can buy a single piece of cake, so I'm going to. That's it. That's all. Cal and Tammy, sitting in a tree, doing that thing that makes babies, you see. Oh yeah, Rex is a piece of cake to level friendship with. I'm at full friendship at the end of the game. Well, if you're not a fascist. Flirt with Dis now, unless he's gone and I missed it. No, he's not gone yet. He's definitely not gone yet. Cal is digging at the garden with even more passion than usual. Stupid soldier assholes, he mutters, throwing weeds into a growing pile. They think they're so important. Well, you know, it's harder to grow stuff than it is to kill it. Not that they would know. He sighs and lets himself fall back into the dirt. There's only a war on nature because we keep pissing it off, he says, gesturing to the pile of green weeds. We're an invasive species, literally. We just gotta figure out our niche in this ecosystem, man. I agree, Cal. I agree. But you know what? I brought you some cake. It's gonna be okay. Cal's eyes go wide. What? Rin, this is my favorite thing in the whole planet! He makes grabby hands at the cake and gives a big huff of the pleasant sugary smell as his eyes slip closed in sheer pleasure. Wow, Rin, he breathes. You really are the best. Here, you have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all your worries melt away with it. Of course, Cal. Mom. What? What? I didn't click over there. Game, why you do this to me? Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. Yeah, Mom, I am. Dad! Dad doesn't have time to chat, but he does wave hello. Appease. Dis. You can't find Dis outside the walls, even though the duty roster has him working on the expedition vehicles today. After asking around, one of his crewmates point you to where she'd seen him disappear into the forest just 10 minutes ago. You thank her and set off into the wilderness. You've picked up a few things about tracking after hanging out with Dis for so long, so you follow his trail into the nearby mushwood forest until you hear him speaking, calm and slow. Shh, it's gonna be okay. Just let me help you. You follow his voice to find him kneeling on the ground next to a wounded Hopeye. The scent of blood and animal fear colors the air. Dis's knife glints as he pulls it from its sheath. Don't worry, he says to the creature. I've got you. It won't hurt anymore, real soon. A branch snaps under your foot and Dis's head jerks up. His eyes go wide, but he doesn't greet you. Instead, he gestures for you to get closer to look at the Hopeye. Its single leg is mangled beyond recognition from a hunter's snap trap, and it's bleeding heavily. It can only stare up at Dis, defeat in its 4 eyes. It struggles once more, then goes still from the exertion, wheezing miserably. They tell everyone they're humane traps, Dis murmurs. But humans lie, don't they? They lie all the time. PP! Thank you for the lurk! I hope you're enjoying your own stream. I always appreciate you being here. The hunters won't be back to check on the traps until tomorrow, Dis continues, looking down at the Hopeye with a grim expression. I have to put it out of its misery. Well, I can either say it's the kindest thing you could do, because I do agree with that sentiment. It is the kindest thing you can do to an animal that cannot be helped. Or we could do it for him. I mean, we are definitely not going to say you can't, because that's dumb. Humans are omnivores, so hunting and trapping is a part of our legacy from the very earliest days of human civilization, from, you know, the tribes of humans at the beginning of time. We have been hunting and trapping in many ways, animals for food. But I have always believed that the most humane thing you can do is to make an animal's death quick and as painless as possible. So traps, as much as they are very effective, are awful if they are not done correctly. They should be a very humane, quick death if possible. But, yeah. Dis has no fear, so he's just being compassionate. I think I'm gonna let him do it because he's already ready to go, and it will take longer if we try to get ready, so it's the kindest thing you could do. I was already on it, so I'm gonna refund you that, Winter Fairy. I just wanted to get my diatribe out, but thank you, sweetheart. Dis nods once and steels himself. With a clean cut, he slices through the neck of the Hopeye. It tenses, twitching in fear reflex, then goes limp in his arms. Dis is quiet at your side for a long time, breathing evenly in through his nose and out through his mouth like he's meditating. It's better to die quickly than to suffer in a trap, but there shouldn't have been a trap in the first place, he says eventually. He clicks his tongue against his teeth. It's pointless. He was going to die eventually, but not here. It's not natural. It's not the death part that bothers me. It's our vanity. Humans are so afraid of extinction that they'll kill indiscriminately to avoid it. Dis takes out a cloth and wipes the Hopeye's blood off his blade, his movements slow and reverent. I used to let it control me too. I thought dying meant that living was pointless, he continues. But now I know the truth. Life is short and brutal and hard. It's up to us to fill it with as many experiences as we can. Are we going to spend our lives cooped up in the colony, subjugating nature because it strikes fear into our animal brains? He smiles faintly. Or are we going to get out there and live the only life we've been given? He looks down at the corpse of the Hopeye and lays his hand gently against its head. We're all going to end up like this in the end. There's no use denying it and letting the fear of it control our actions. Well, I don't really particularly want to die, as clearly in this game we have been essentially sort of like extended Groundhog Daying our way through it. To make a pop reference. We can't even say that we've never thought about it like that, because we absolutely have. So really the only answer here for the way we've been playing Rin is I agree completely. But what do you guys think about Dis's philosophical point of view here? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, there's plenty of fiction that seems similarly. Dune's biggest philosophical take is fear is the mind killer. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. So in that way, it's very similar to Dis's point of view. There is, in our own real world, sort of nihilistic Buddhism, where death is sort of an inevitability regardless. That is very, very much simplifying nihilistic Buddhism down to a very, inaccurate overview. So please, grain of salt that, barrel of salt that one. But, the inevitability of ceasing to exist is kind of part of that whole Buddhist track. But it's very interesting. So I just thought maybe we'd have a conversation about it today. He's right. We're all going to die. May as well glass the planet so as to avoid further suffering for everyone. Oh, Trav, so you agree with you agree with Tangent on the genocide ending. I see. I know that's just your very British humor coming through, but geez, man. I just think it's interesting. In a way, it reflects some of my own thoughts and feelings about death, because death is inevitable, and we are all going to both experience people dying around us at some point, as well as ourselves dying at some point. Being afraid of that happening really, as much as I would prefer not to die, I do appreciate being alive. That does not necessarily mean that I am absolutely, utterly afraid of death. And I understand that the fear of death is very potent for those that do, in fact, actually fear death. But it is essentially just your, very instinctual lizard brain trying very hard to avoid it. And that fear can be overridden. Technically, any fear can be overridden if you try hard enough. My own phobia could be overridden if I put some effort and work into it, but it would be a very uncomfortable time until I got it down. I don't particularly want to suffer that hard, Anyway, I agree completely. Probably the only other person here who does, Dis replies. That's why we get along, I guess. Dis lifts the Hopeye's body into his arms and raises to his feet. Smell of death will attract animals into the other traps, he says, and I'm not taking it back to the colony to be stuffed into a recycler. We have to take it into the woods and give it back to nature. You and Dis walk further into the forest in respectful silence, Dis cradling the dead Hopeye against his chest. Eventually, he tells you to wait while he finds the tracks of a predator and lays it down neatly. Lays it down nearby, an offering the forest accepts without acknowledgement. He returns to you, blood-stained and solemn. It's done, he says. You begin to walk back to the colony, though it's clear Dis is taking his time. After a few minutes of walking, he turns to you and grabs your arm, forcing you to stop and look at him. Rin, he says, his eyes burning. Promise you won't let me end up like that Hopeye. At your questioning look, he squeezes your arm to the point that it almost hurts. I'm trapped here. Just let me go, okay? I promise. Dis breathes a sigh of relief. Thank you, Rin. He stares at you for a few unnerving seconds, perfectly still before jerking into motion and fishing a pendant necklace from his clothes. He unclasps it from his neck and holds it out to you. Here, he says. You should have this. I want you to have it. You turn and let him put it around your neck. The pendant is large, but surprisingly light. You recognize it as a fragment of a unisaur horn, its pearlescent color shimmering in the light. We got fully upgraded Dis's secret. Please, can I flirt with this man's? I want the smooches. Why are the twins so difficult to smooch? Arg. Are you flirting with me? Dis hands paws on your neck. Maybe. He breathes so quiet you almost don't hear it. Is that okay? His voice is shaking. Is he scared? No, he's absolutely not scared. I feel the same way, Dis. We already lost Sim. I am an emotionally compromised woman. Let's go. I am an emotionally compromised woman. Rin is an emotionally compromised any-all. We're smitten now. Yes, Tis, it's okay. I've got an entire peanut gallery in my head demanding this. I'm surprised Plague isn't, like, in the chat freaking out that I just said yes. You do? Tis says. You're not just saying that because you feel sorry for me, right? You turn around and shake your head. You've waited a long time for Dis to be ready, and he finally came to you on his own. A bird you had to let go to be free. We are now officially dating Riz. Dating Dis. Here he is. Our sad emo man is now ours. Dis regards you with a serious expression. You're the only person in this colony that I ever really cared about, he says. I don't know why you bothered trying to be my friend when I was trying to push everyone away. His eyes drop to your mouth and linger there. I care for you so much, Rin, he says softly. It almost scares me sometimes. I've never felt like this before about anything. He cups your face and bends to kiss you, achingly sweet and slow. Can't imagine what I'd do to keep you safe. No, I think I can imagine it. I absolutely think I can imagine it. He steps away and looks down at the ground, suddenly evasive. Listen, I don't know how much longer I have left here, he says softly. I just want you to know that I want to spend the time I do have with you. Okay, now you're scaring me. The fuck, dude? We're running away together. I don't know what you're talking about. This war, Dis says, staring out into the wilderness, doesn't make any sense. What are we really fighting anyway? Nature? So when will it be over? When the planet is empty except for humans? Dis shakes his head. Sounds awful. Well, we're already maxed out, so he doesn't really need a gift, but hey, let's get out of here. I was just thinking the same thing, Dis says, giving you one of his rare smiles. Ooh, he shows us a special spot. I know a place nearby, Dis says, eyes crinkling mischievously. We won't need to take much, just follow me. Dis leads you about half an hour into the wilderness, just far enough that the ever-present scent of smoke and manure fades away, and the forest opens up to reveal a small lake with perfectly clear jade-colored water and soft white sand. Dis kicks off his shoes and pulls his shirt over his head, revealing the well-hidden secret of his tan skin and toned muscles. Shit, this boy has been out in the sun without clothes on. He shoots you a little smile. There's no one around for miles, it's just us. You rapidly divest yourself of clothing and dive into the clear pool, swimming out far enough that the only sound is the water gently lapping at your shoulders as Dis pulls you into a firm kiss. Your legs tangle together as you tread water, dipping below the waterline and coming up sputtering, laughing, clinging together in your fantasy of being the only two people who matter on the whole planet. Whew. Hot. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him this ever. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? All right. We need eggs. We may not be souffle girl, but we need eggs. If you get that reference, good for you. Okay, eggs, I think they're either plains or valley. Quick, somebody, look up where the most eggs spawn. Pretty please. Really quickly. I don't want to fuck this up. I want to have eggs for Nem. Like ASAP. Anyone? The valley, apparently. Okay, that's what I thought. I know that you can get them closer, but I'm pretty sure the valley is where to go. So we're gonna get some biology today, apparently. Here we go. Flower. We will also be getting more flowers, which we were getting low on anyway, so that works out for me. Valley of Vertigo. More flowers. Egg! Egg! No sim. I'm unhappy. This is the most terrible. Oh, there's no branch off. I thought there was. I don't know why I thought that. I think this little nook always throws me. Been up there. This way. Egg! What's worse is he died after y'all's first kiss. I know, my very first kiss. Sim is my very first kiss. He is the kiss, and then death. Just like that, death. Like the fuck, dude. It's not fair. I don't like it. I am utterly heartbroken. Boss event here. Flower. So we got flowers, eggs, and fruit. Which is good. Very good. I will be back. Well, we'll start the events with this one. You find a trippet. It's just a tiny one, but food's food, and you are a forager. It's a tiny one. I will note its location and move on. Oddly, when you come back later, it's not there. You must have recorded the wrong coordinates. No, it's definitely running from me. It knows better. Egg. You come out of the trees into a large grassy clearing. In the middle is a, well, you can only describe it as a pedestal. In the middle of a cradle of flowers, it's a massive egg, easily larger than any egg you've seen before. It's white with red flecks, and it's just sitting here in the middle of an empty clearing, totally unprotected. Kissed a person, they died. Sounds like one of those mythical monsters. Yep. I mean, the succubus incubus types could be one of those. What else kisses people and then they die? Certain types of ghosts from various countries will do that as well. They'll suck the soul right out of your mouth. Technically speaking, it's a vampire bite that kills you, not so much a kiss, but it can be considered kissing. They're actually pretty good at making out with people, so I've heard. I'm not a vampire, I wouldn't know. Poison ivy! Yep, she does have poison lips. Yep. Poison lips. I'm gonna take it. You put one foot up on the pedestal to brace yourself. This thing is huge. However, as you do, the pedestal starts moving, and it starts growling. Its flowering appendages unfurl to reveal the face of a manticore. It narrows its feline eyes at you and rumbles in warning as it stands to its full, terrifying height. You figured out where the egg came from. With your arms full of egg, you can't really fight. Your choices are limited. So we have an easy toughness challenge or a hard combat challenge, but I'm gonna do the toughness because I want the toughness. I just want it. All right. We're gonna do this. That's a 19 opener. That's not bad. Okay. Six. Yeah. A pair of sixes, a 5, and another 5. Nice. Here we go. So if I put this here, and I put this here, and I put this here, and then I do this. And then this. Yeah, I think I've super gold that hard enough. It's very nice. It's very nice. Now, if I wanted to, I could also get a flesh 5. Do I want to, though? That could be nice. Let's do it. So, essentially what has to happen is this goes here, and this goes here, and then... but this only works in that one direction. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This becomes a 2 because the +1 is coming from... Well, it doesn't matter. It's still pretty hard. Yeah, it's a win. Sirens, Dementors, Lamia. Yep. You stumble blindly through the clearing towards the relative safety of the trees, the cumbersome egg blocking your view of your own feet. You fall a few times, just barely managing to scramble out from under the claws of the manticore. You eventually find a member of the expedition's protection squad who fires a warning shot with her plas rifle over the manticore's head. It roars in defiance and slinks into the trees. The egg's pretty addled from all the running and falling. If it was going to hatch before, it certainly won't now. You get a ship ton of kudos for it, and it's super tasty. Extra egg. The paths are narrow and in constant need of repair. There's a team working here trying to repair where one of the jelly arches has collapsed and covered the path in 30 centimeters of sticky goop. Utopia waves you over. Hey, Rin, can you give us a hand? We can't get vehicles through here until this is cleared. It's gonna take all day. You might have a better plan. In fact, I do. This card gets a +2. Okay. That's a 4. That's a 4. Actually, we could do this. Yeah. Next. Next round. Fabulous. So, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, that becomes a 5. I just want to use Sox's card. However, I could do like a run of 3 5s. No, this is slightly higher. Alright, I win. Victory is mine. Nice. Oh, yeah. You've seen this stuff desiccate desiccate in low humidity like in dust. You throw powder desiccant over it and let physics do the work. It's easier to plow through a bunch of plumped up granules of desiccant gel than it is to shovel all the slimy muck. You save a few hours. Hey, Mr. Scragg, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So I think all that's left for me to do here is like the boss event. I don't want to do most of the regular events. Not that they wouldn't be good, but like... I'm prioritizing the interesting ones. So let's just do the boss event. You spot a juvenile squeezer queen all on her lonesome. She's still mobile, but she's moving very slowly, digging around in the dirt here and there, licking the ground, possibly looking for a place to take root and live out the rest of her life. This might be an opportunity to capture a living hive. Maybe you could convince it to take root in one of the barns in the colony, giving the colony a source of honey without so much dangerous foraging. It spits acid if you get too close, and they have a nasty, powerful beak. No wonder no one's managed to catch one. Well, the toughness challenge I'm gonna go for because the animals, I don't really need the skill, so let's just get more toughness while we're here. Let's do it. This card will become red. Okay. Ah, but we want this to be... This becomes a 5, though? Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. Actually, what if we put this here, then that, then this, and then this? Yeah, I like that. That's nice. It's gonna end in pain. I don't know about tears. I might cry. It's fine. Alright. 7, 6, 5, 5, 5. Nice. Not quite a super goal, though. Yeah, that's the highest I can push it unless I start using things. Check it in. Imagine what could happen if you were really good at engineering. You could have a little robot cart following you with this planted inside a new pet. Yeah, no kidding, Trav. It would be crazy. Well, I still get some toughness out of it, so it's all good. You call in a hover bike and hoist it up into a sled. The squeeger hive groans and clenches its side. From all its holes come a fine mist of acid. It's noxious and awful, overloading your mask's filter and making your eyes sting. It eats through one of your gloves and you have to rip it off quickly lest you lose some fingers. You're really wondering if this thing should be brought inside the colony, but you can almost taste the sweet honey that will be your reward. And once it's expelled the mist, it takes a few hours to recharge. In that time, you make it back to the checkpoint. Your dad meets you at the gates to receive the queen. Your Majesty, he jokes, bowing deeply. I'll make sure she gets settled in, he says to you. Come by and visit her anytime you want. Well, we get an extra card, some kudos, and we're gonna go home because that's all we wanted to do. But now we've got squeeger bee honey any time of the year. And a little extra biology on the side. Nice. It's your 17th birthday, but it's not just your birthday. Quiet is a time of new growth, a celebration of life and hope, not just for this year, but for humanity's presence on Vertumna for years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope. Quite literally, you are the future of humanity. As you are all beginning to take your places as adults in the colony, the council's decided to throw a party in your honor, the Vertumnan Youth Ball. Mars is organizing it, of course. You get an embossed invitation on real paper slipped under your door. I guess I could go. I want to go dance with Dis. I don't think I want to be quite this excited about it, though. What do we think, guys? How excited or not excited should we be? Should we even go at all? Nami Nami's probably the hardest person to get maxed out friendship with. Yeah, I guess. Maybe Dis will be there and you can not enjoy it together. See, the thing is that he always participates in the talent show, so I actually don't think he's against the ball. Just maybe some of the company. I guess I could go. Oh, the loyalty. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lounge to celebrate. Well, yourselves. And yourself, specifically. It is your birthday, after all. Rex's bar is all decked out. The decorations look expensive. Must have taken a lot of nanoprinter creds. Your friends are transformed, too. Everyone is dressed up and looking like the young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eye and waves, her bangles jingling joyfully. She looks like a model from her holomags, every inch of her primped, painted, and perfumed. Rin, happy birthday! I'm glad you could make it, she says over the steady thrum of the music. Drinks are over there. Make your song requests to congruence and take off your shoes. You look down at your boots, then back up at Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Sock hop, just like Earth, duh. Can you see why Rex is trying to get on that? Like, dang. At the refreshments table, Cal is stuffing his face with party food, and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. We'll be sweating it out one way or another, he winks at you. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, joining you. She smears a glob of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they're drunk even when they're completely sober. To Rex, she adds, I mean, of course, that I am not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins as he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours a healthy addition into his glass. Who says it's gonna be an act? Let's get a little loose. Come on, it's a party. The music changes to something with a fast pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls. Woo! It's time to dance! Ugh, my Rex voice is destroyed today. This is what happens when you go to a Blue Angels air show the day before you have to stream. That's where I was at yesterday. It was great. Blue Angels are a treat. They're so good. Do we dance or do we just hang out with our friends? We did get dressed up for this shindig. What do we think? God, shindig. I love that word. I'm such a brown coat. I'm such a brown coat. Oh my goodness. It's a hootenanny. Exactly, Winterberry. It's absolutely a hootenanny. Yeah, I guess maybe Dis will be there and you can not enjoy it together. I mean, I'm here and he's not here yet. His sister is, though. She's lovely and all, but like, we're only at a 71% relationship with her. We're better friends with Cal. And then there's, of course, Rex, who's friends with everybody, so... Well, everybody who actually will be friends with him back. Alright, we'll just dance. You, Rex, and Mars take to the dance floor. After a while, Nem follows, pulling Vase behind her. Damn it! You all dance until it feels like your heart is going to burst from excitement, from exertion, and from the sheer joy of throwing yourself around the room with your friends. Nami, who's playing DJ with congruence, spins up something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them in close, they announce dreamily, or whatever distance you both feel comfortable with. Everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around, feeling the intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with whom? Who makes the first move? Well, it looks like we can go for a lot of people, but, is Dis even here? Like, why are we even looking at anyone else? Is Dis even here? Hello, lover boy. Dis is standing over by the DJ screen, helping Nami with the song selection. He freezes up when you ask him to dance, stammering an excuse, but Nami gives him a playful shove towards you.
Go dance with Rin, they say. I can handle things.
Dancing with Dis is a bit of a disaster. Neither of you know where to put your hands, and despite spending the entire song looking at his feet, Dis still manages to step on yours. He holds you rigid-armed and rocks back and forth mechanically until the song mercifully comes to an end. Other couples don't seem to have your lack of chemistry. Nem and Vase have skipped dancing and gone straight to sucking face. Dis stares at them for just a bit longer than is appropriate, then blushes and flees the dance floor. Plague, you missed it. We're dating this boy now. After the slow songs, Nami spins Congruence's music library to something with a little more bounce to it. The dance floor once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lum's Here Speak hijacking the feed. He strides to the stage, flanked by Security Chief Rhett. Everyone on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buzzkill adult stop the music, but Lum just raises his hands and smiles indulgently. Look at all of you, he says. Young pioneers. I look at you and I see the future. Not just of this colony, but all of humanity. Catch a few people rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. You're gonna have to watch the VOD, Plague. I ain't telling. Rhett here, good man, a real good man, really, the best of the colony, shared this poem from a great Earth poet. Lum continues. Now, I'm not one for poetry myself, but damn if it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight, on the eve of something really big. He clears his throat and reads from his hollow poem. We cannot tarry here. We must bear the brunt of danger. We, the youthful, sinewy races, all the rest on us depend. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountain steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go the unknown ways. Pioneers, O pioneers. We primeval forests felling, we the rivers stemming, vexing we and piercing deep the mines within. We the surface board surveying, we the virgin soil upheaving. Pioneers, O pioneers. I'm gonna grumble and hiss because that is bullshit. Rhett looks a little pained, but Lum continues. What do you think the poem means, kids? He asks. Does it mean we should sit here in our colony, politely waiting for this planet to make space for us? He clenches his fist evocatively in the air. No, he exclaims. It means we need to get out there. We need to grab Vertumna by the balls and make it respect us. This is what happens when you go down a rabbit hole without me, Plague. He points to us, specifically. I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you're old enough now to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions. To get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them. No more hiding behind our walls. To your left, Vase and Nem lead the cheering that erupts. Lum and Rhett leave and the music spins back up again, but only a few diehard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else has broken into small groups to discuss the announcement. We are angry. Hell yeah. This is bullshit, Cal exclaims, causing a few heads to turn. They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just going to kill, kill, kill. He waves his arm over his head. Aren't we supposed to be better than that? Dis clearly agrees, though much more quietly. They don't even know what's out there, he mutters. They have no idea what they're up against. The party fizzles out as everyone drifts away from the lounge. You return to find your parents have stayed up to make sure you got home safe. They've never done that before. You've always been told the colony was safe. Now, you see their grim expressions and you know that time is over. Well, shit. We have not, in fact, saved Nem from disaster, asshole. I don't know why I talked to you. You're catching up with Nem between her drills when she looks over your shoulder and frowns.
Newton's bloody apple, she curses, seeming to shrink behind you. She's here again. You turn, and at the other end of the garrison, you can see a small crowd of young soldiers forming around Chief Steward Antecedent. She's handing out lunch tiffins and doling out hugs to everyone who comes within melee range, which is quite a few of them. You've noticed just from hanging around the garrison, even some of the transplanted Helio soldiers have started calling her Auntie. This must be why. She comes by every couple of days, Nem grumbles. Like we're still kids in the creche, playing in her skirts. It's so disruptive. Eventually, the crowd around Antecedent thins and she makes it over to you and Nem. She greets you with a warm hug. She smells nice, like flour and yeast. Hello, Rin, she says. Have you eaten? Well, have we, guys? See, Broccoli, welcome in. I believe that, Auntie Ann, or Auntie Anne, or Aunt Anne, however you want to call her, whatever way, I mean, I don't know how she would pronounce it, so that's the problem here, is just attempting to show her daughter her support by including all of her garrison buddies in the love she has for literally everybody. And I don't think Anemone understands this. She's embarrassed by her mother's obvious love for every living people. What did you miss? Oh, we're dating Dis. That's what you missed. Not yet. We love your extruded protein rations, Auntie. Plague got stuck in a rabbit hole on the internet, so he missed this particular scene. I know he's already seen for himself, but you know. Not yet, Auntie. She smiles fondly and hands you a tiffin, still warm. It's important to keep your strength up, my love, she says and pats you on the cheek. Antecedent turns to Nem. You can almost feel the temperature in the room drop several degrees as Nem stonily stares down at her mother. Antecedent's smile grows thin and she clutches the handles of her basket. How about you, Annie? Have you eaten? Do you need... Nem scowls and crosses her arms. I'm fine, she says, cutting off her mother. Just like I was yesterday and last week. I don't need you to manage me. If you're sure, Antecedent responds hesitantly. It's a mother's job to worry, Annie. She reaches out to lay her hand on Nem's scaly cheek, but Nem jerks backwards and slaps her hand away. Oh yeah? You just sit around and worry? Must be nice. Bet you'd like it if that was all I did too, huh? If I quit being a soldier and spent all day cuddling babies and wiping noses and fixing clothes like you did. Nice and safe in a creche forever. Oh man. Teenage years are rough. I can see both sides of this. I know, Broccoli. I'm truly distraught. I ain't leaving for a second. I mean, we both know, Plague, that as much as you love Dis, you love Rex more. Yes, someone has to raise the kids. It does not necessarily mean Nem does. The problem here is that Nem's mom has always wanted her daughter to follow in her footsteps and has maybe put a little bit too much pressure on Nem over the years, over the many years, towards that. Because that was her dream for her daughter, is to have a little mini her. But Nem wanted none of that. She wants to be a soldier. She wants to live up to the idealized conception of what her brother, Com, would have become. Was becoming and had become to an extent and would have become had he survived. And so she is trying to live up to that ideal, that dream, to follow in her brother's footsteps and be as much like Kombucha would have been had he lived. Because that was always her own plan. That's what she wanted. So her mom, in trying to support her daughter in what she's doing now, making friends and sharing her love with the rest of all of her fellow soldiers doesn't make sense to Nem. She's embarrassed by it because she feels like this is a judgment from her mother, when actually it's her mother trying to be supportive, trying to be a part of her life, and not knowing how to express that to her daughter in a way that her daughter will accept. And maybe Nem's not ready to accept it. It is very hard for a mother like Antecedent, who has literally made it her life's work to raise everyone and anyone around her, regardless of their age, regardless of whether they're related to her or not, to be the mother figure in everyone's lives. That is her life's work. So Nem feeling stifled or embarrassed or overwhelmed and unwanting of that hurts them both, really. But at the same time, her mother has never acknowledged, in a way that Nem would understand and appreciate, that she wants to support her daughter in what her daughter wants to do with her life. Even though she worries, even though she's terrified for her, she is trying to be supportive. So, like, I see the problem from both sides, and they're both kind of in the middle of the cycle and cannot, like, take a step back and see it from a new perspective, which is why there's this conflict between them going on. Nem could be kinder in her response. Aunt Anne could be more blunt in saying, I am trying to support you, and this is the only way I know how. And I think that would solve a lot of it, but at the same time, some of it is that Nem is only 16, and she's got wild hormones all over the place, and some of it is just very much the hormones are running her brain. She is overreacting because she is unable to do otherwise, because at her age the hormones are running her brain. And maybe she's in the middle of her cycle where she is very sensitive and high emotion about everything right now, or maybe it's just the buildup of the years and the psychology behind having an expectation and still thinking that expectation is being applied and judged upon her, or a combination of factors, really, is probably closer to the truth. But like, I have literally been in a similar situation as this, not because I wanted to be a soldier or anything with my own mother, not disapproval, but this conflict between mother and daughter I've been in before, unrelated to this particular subject of reasoning why. So I understand it. It's I just want to grab Nem and be like, your mom is trying, please just acknowledge that. And then I want to grab Aunt Anne and be like, I understand it's hard to let her go, but you have to let her be her own person. Both of them need to come to the realization that what is actually going on between them is not what they think is going on. I'm really glad, Plague, that I could convince you to buy this game and play it for yourself so that you could fall in love with really great characters, because the writing in this game is phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal. Nem, she's your mom. Nem turns her frightening scowl on at you. Stay out of this, Rin. I've never thought that, Annie, she says, laying her hand on her heart. I worry because I love you, and I always will. I'm just doing what I can to keep you safe. Love doesn't keep anyone safe, Nem exclaims, raising her voice enough that some of the soldiers turn their heads to watch. Her thunderous expression convinces most of them to get back to their business. Nem clenches her fists. Love didn't keep Calm safe, did it? She says, her voice breaking. And this is the crux of the problem, is like, she has never really processed her grief over the loss of her brother. There's no amount of love or worry on this whole stupid planet that can do that, so you should just stop, okay? stop or do something actually useful. I'm never gonna be like you. I'm gonna fight. Oh no. Fuck off, Vase. God. Oh, he does not need to be in this conversation. This is not a conversation for him. People need to learn to sit down and have a genuine heart-to-heart about their feelings, both in-game and in real life. People don't do that enough. Yes, unfortunately, they don't teach you how to have actual empathy skill as a person in school. They don't teach how to... like... They try, at least in America, they attempt to teach you how to have emotional self-control, but they don't actually teach you how to problem solve emotional anything. Like, they do not teach you how to practice empathy, practice compassion, practice understanding someone else's point of view, even if it is not something that you agree with. They don't teach you those skills, because they're skills. They're not, you know, even patience is actually a skill that must be practiced. And I know that not everyone is naturally good at these things, but they are skills that can be practiced and you can get better at. Even if you never master the skill, just having some idea of what it takes to take a step back out of whatever you're feeling and problem solve whatever it is going on and where it's stemming from to move forward is a skill in and of itself that they don't really teach people early enough that they need for them to use it when they are hormonal and out of control most of the time. Like, empathy is not just a natural ability, it is a skill set. Weirdly enough. And, you know, people don't understand that. I am actually very naturally inclined to empathy, especially sympathetic empathy, but a natural inclination is just that. It's like anyone who's naturally inclined to being some form of artist only gets better at practicing art. Even if you have very little to no skill in something. Like, I am a terrible artist. If I spent the time and effort to practice it, I could get much better at it. So it doesn't matter what natural ability you have in your life. You're always going to get better at it with practice. This also is the case. But the fact that Vase gets involved here, I want to smack him so hard. As if I don't already want to smack him so hard for many reasons, but you know. Actually, for me, a huge thing for doing this was a soft skill training called conflict management that I took at my job. It was a part that was needed to promotion. Really helped me in personal life. Yeah, conflict management. They don't teach conflict management. You need to start teaching conflict management at, like, kindergarten. Because seriously, kindergartners are vicious. The fact that nobody in at least America, and I imagine in many places in the world, don't teach conflict management because they think your parents will teach you that. My parents didn't have fucking time to teach me that shit. Are you kidding me? I had to learn that myself. And I've never taken a conflict management class. But I have conflict management did the heck out of people before, let me tell you. So yeah, I'm just saying that, like, this shit needs to be learned when you're a child. Because it will help you so much through the teenage years of my hormones are in control of me, and fuck if that isn't horrible. What actual feelings are and how to deal with being angry and sad and those emotions are. Yes. Having understanding of emotional states and how to process through them, especially considering that, like, even people that are not some sort of ism still need to understand those things. Like, they never teach this shit. Why don't they teach this shit? Because it's actually useful. They don't want you useful. They don't want you to... Okay, now I'm getting on my industrialized education is bullshit soapbox. We will step back down off the soapbox.
If you want that rant, there are channel point options in that particular thing, but let's get back to the game before I go down a whole rabbit hole, because I've got thoughts and I've got feelings, and they're very, very, very potent. Also, it sucks as a kid to have anger issues or depressions, and all you know as a kid is that being angry or sad is wrong. Exactly, Plague. That is, you know, layers and layers of I now need a therapist right there in a handful of words. And as I keep saying, we're all in this world together, Plague. So like, feeling wrong about yourself is 100% a huge major issue in many countries around the world, and we could fix it. Why don't we? That is the question. The realistic answer is there's no money to be made in fixing it. There's money to be made in giving people drugs to pretend to fix it, but there's not any money in actually giving us the skill sets that would fix the problem. So that is essentially the truth. The funniest thing is that for me, the most valuable was understanding that standing your ground is an actual strategy, and I don't have to give away everything I value for a compromise. Yes. For given value of yes. Depending on gender, yes. And I say that because we all know that for at least half the population, your mileage may vary in standing your ground, depending on the situation. But yes, it is a valid strategy. An actual valid strategy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Dis, other than the whole bombing the wall that one time, is surprisingly well adjusted for the lack of care he's been given. He basically raised himself, so yeah. He's broken in many ways that most people would not expect, and he's strong in many ways that most people would not expect, because he's essentially a latchkey kid. So if you know what that means, then you understand. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the game, because now we have Vase involved, and I have to deal with this shit. Vase peels off from his unit and jogs over to stand beside Nem. You okay, babe? He asks, putting his hand on Nem's shoulder. She covers it with her own and angles her body towards him. Oh, you've not derailed me, Broccoli. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I am just as likely to tangent as anybody in my chat. No, he isn't well adjusted. We're just so used to seeing people like that. That is the point I was trying to make. Thank you for helping me be more succinct, Trav. Oh, thank goodness you're on my wavelength. Yeah, everything's just galactic, Nem mutters. My mom was just about to tell me again how much she wishes I would give up being a soldier so I can pop out babies and be safe. Antecedent sputters, trying to explain herself, but Vase beats her to it. Anemone is an exemplary soldier, Chief Steward, he says calmly. I know it's hard for a mother to accept, but we're all much safer for her service to the colony. He puts one finger under Nem's chin, talking directly to her. And remember, Nemi, that we exist to protect people like your mother, to preserve the bond between parents and their children. Oh shit. You actually said something intelligent. Now I kind of somewhat respect you. Ugh, that's a terrible feeling. Vase gives Antecedent a stiff smile. The stars align. One day we won't lose any more sons. A soft "oh" escapes Antecedent as she blots her eyes. Oh, you're one of the good ones, aren't you? She says, clearly trying not to cry. Just walking in the footsteps of the good men and women who served before me, ma'am, Vase replies. We couldn't do it without you keeping the hearth lit for us. Speaking of, I'll take lunch, if you have any left. Oh, he's impressing the mother-in-law. Oh, God, slimy bastard. I forget it. I don't respect him anymore. Must have been a reading a word a day type of thing. He's not an idiot. He's genuinely well-spoken and kind of smart. He's just a fascist. He knows who he has to look good to. You're correct, Plague. He is not as dumb as I make him think, as I think he is. I mean, he's mostly an asshole.
Just look at that smug look on his face. Antecedent laughs and hands him a tiffin from her basket, then goes up on her toes to give him a quick hug. Over her shoulder, Vase shoots a cheeky wink at Nem, who rolls her eyes and snorts. Oh, I feel dirty after that. I feel so dirty. Nem. I went out and got you eggs. Please. Please stop dating that asshole. Aw, it's too late now. It's too late. Tange. Yes, I actually have seen your delinquent brother. He's fine. Honestly. Tammy, what's up? Being evil doesn't make you dumb. Many evil people are really smart. Yes, well, I mean, you know, lawful evil, neutral good. Which one am I? Which one am I? Tammy beams when she sees you, like there's nothing better in the world than the sight of your face. Happy birthday, Rin, she exclaims. She comes in for her annual birthday hug, throwing her arms around you and giving you a great big squeeze. Here, I got you this, She steps back and reaches into one of her many deep pockets of her dress, producing a little paper box. I made you this, she laughs, opening it to reveal a little snack-sized cake. You take a bite. The cake is light and flavorful and drenched in sugar bug syrup. It's delicious. Thanks to the Helios hydroponics and the help of some native flora and fauna, Tammy's cooking ability has come a long way from dressing up soy rations. Tammy watches you eat the cake with a look of delighted satisfaction. You can share it if you want, she hints, smiling sweetly. If it would make you happy. Of course I'm gonna share. Tammy laughs. I was just kidding. I made my own, silly Billy, she says, pulling it out a second box. Let's eat them together. I always love sharing with her because she's so cute about it. Random fact I learned recently. Bees use a certain chemical as their alarm signal. It's also in bananas. If you're a beekeeper and your bees aren't really chill, some are, and they sting your clothes, well, you too will end up smelling of bananas. Also, if you eat one near them, they may attack you because obviously someone sent out an under attack signal and they need to mobilize. Note to self, if one becomes a beekeeper, do not enjoy bananas anymore. It's funny how both here and in Disco Elysium you get to speak to a fascist, but only here can you date one. That's fair, Broccoli. That's absolutely fair. You talk to more than a few, yeah. Rex. I need a hug. Thank you. Nami! They are serious all the frickin' time. You make people smile, Nami. You, they, them, Monarch, and that is very important to me. She is such a peach. You were an ass. Not talking to you again. Fuck off. I will come back for you, boyfriend. I have to go talk to my parents. And then Cal. Mom! Oh, she's jumpy today. Uh-oh. Not good. Not a good sign. Yep, no, Dad, we do not like it either. Back to where we started, yeah. Yep, we very much are back to where we started. You can enjoy bananas and keep bees, just don't do those near each other, yeah. Hey, Garkfan, welcome in! Yeah, I adopt many friends. Literally everyone who follows my channel is now an adopted friend in one way or another. Out evil everyone because I love bananas. I mean, I don't know if I'll out evil everyone, but you know, lawful evil. Bird fact, when it slams its beak into a tree in search of grubs, a woodpecker experiences G-forces 20 times that would likely lead to traumatic brain injuries in humans, and it does it 12,000 times a day, day after day. Without as much as a headache, it survives the experience with its marbles intact because of a remarkable tongue, which works as a safety belt for the brain case. Other features of the skull that prevent brain damage include shock absorbers at the base of the beak that cushion the brain from the impact forces. No, both need to be enjoyed together. Well, in any case, some of you are in an ad break, and I apologize for that. You can't actually hear me now, but for those of you not in an ad break, please tell the people who are stuck in an ad break how wonderful they are, because they are watching the ads and sticking around. Just tell them that May appreciates them watching the ads, and that you appreciate them doing so because it supports your favorite streamer. Or something to that effect. I don't know. Don't let me put words in your mouth. Do what you need to do. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Where do I need to go next? Bird nerds are awesome. One of my favorite characters is Nai Hua Sang, who is a bird nerd as well. Of course, if you've never watched The Untame or heard about the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, you don't know who Nai Hua Sang is, but look him up. He's pretty cool. Plague! That's so generous of you. Welcome, Broccoli, to the sub gang. Plague, please remember that you do have bills. You should probably, ensure that they get paid before you do things for me. But I do appreciate your generosity. Alright, Cal, what's up? You're looking around for Cal when you overhear him, just around the other side of the geoponics dome. Last time, leave me alone! That doesn't sound good. You get closer and find Cal facing down Rhett and Vase. They've cornered him, their body language calm and relaxed, while Cal's so angry he's almost shaking. Plague, you are awesome. It is a big deal. Deal with it. Cal, please listen to us, Rhett says, spreading his hands. We're not here to conscript you. I can't force you to join the army. All I'm saying is that I need good, loyal, strong young men like you out there on the front lines. Rhett smiles. You're a good boy, Cal. I admire your passion for peace and your dedication to fighting for it. That's why I'm here, asking you to help me protect the colony. Protect the colony? Cal spits. That's such a lie. You're not protecting anything. You're just slaughtering defenseless animals in their homes. It's disgusting. Hey, Vase retorts, taking a step forward with his fist raised. Show some respect. Cal squares up like he's ready to take the hit. For who? He asks, his voice sharp. Psychopaths like you? Vase roars and looks like he's about to take a swing, but Rhett holds him back with one raised hand. Vase slinks back to Rhett's side, glowering at Cal. I can tell you need a bit more time, Rhett says. I just wanted you to know that my door is always open if... Are they bothering you, Cal? Your mom comes up behind you, her presence smothering the encounter like a blanket over a fire. I need you inside, she says to Cal, then turns to Rhett. My people are too busy filling your soldiers' bellies to listen to your war stories, Rhett. Don't worry, she adds, patting her artificial leg. He gets plenty of war stories from me. Rhett backs off. You're right, Flulu, he says placatingly. I've taken up too much of young Cal's time. Vase looks like he's about to lip off again, but Rhett speaks before he can. All I ask is that you keep it in the back of your mind, Cal. When you come around, I'll be happy to talk about your options. With that, they leave. Vase gives you a scathing look as they pass by. Cal sits down heavily on a fat sack of fertilizer he must have been carrying before Vase and Rhett cornered him. This isn't even the first time, he mutters, his face in his hands. They're really dead set on getting me to join the hunting parties. I told them I don't want to kill anything, and Rhett was like, it's okay, you can just tell us how to kill them. He looks up exasperated. Like that's any better. Broccoli of Dawn is awesome. I agree with that, Plague. For the colony. It's so funny how sub for me is primarily submissive. On Twitch, it's not. I mean, Broccoli, if you want to put it in that way, I am dominating all of you into subbing to me. Which is funny because, you know, that's not really my preference except for on occasion. But here we are. They do need to leave him alone. Gargman, if you've never played I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, I highly recommend. ! Game in the chat for the Steam store. I got this game when it was on sale, so feel free to, like, you know, just wishlist it and get it when it is on sale again. I believe it's not on sale right now, but it's amazing. And ! YouTube in the chat to get my full playlist. This is actually nearing the end of run number 2. So if you have no idea what's going on, but you already love this character, you can go see what we've been up to with those links, if you'd like. Anyone can use ! Game or ! YouTube in the chat. It doesn't work just for me, even though I do it at the end of every stream. So. I have dominated you so hard, Plague. I dominated you into buying this game and falling in love with these characters. I don't know what to tell you. I might be an influencer or something, you guys. I am ridiculous. Anyway. Me too, Cal sighs. They have a real messed up idea of what it means to serve the colony. Like, who do they think grows their food? Ghosts? Exactly. Cal picks at a loose thread on the sack he's sitting on. Man, this whole war is lightspeed stupid, he mutters. Lum and his people come crashing in here and think they run the place because they have bombs and guns, and nobody stops to think, like, maybe we're actually the invasive species here? Yeah, we need to live in harmony with nature. Absolutely. I agree with that whole heart. Oh, I am influenced. Yes, Garkman, because I influence you every let's see here. What is it? Every Thursday? I'm glad you agree, Cal says. I just feel like we just showed up and plopped ourselves right in the middle of the food web, Cal continues. And we didn't even think for a second about the chaos that would cause on the ecosystem. We owe it to this planet to do our best to try and understand. Cal looks out towards the walls. Maybe the answer is out there, he says quietly. You go on expeditions a lot, right? Can you keep an eye out for, like, the answer to everything? Cal's shoulders slump in a sigh, and he pushes himself to his feet. Man, I wish I could still talk about this stuff with Anemone, he says, slinging the sack of fertilizer over his broad shoulders again. You can see why Rhett wanted to get him on the defense force so badly. I mean, look at him. Fuck. Ugh. He is all manly man. And absolutely the sweetest man in the world. Like, gentle giant himbo. Ugh. It's unfair. Tammy is such a lucky girl. What, Trav? I can look. I have eyes. I miss her, Cal admits. I miss that we used to be so close when we were kids. He shakes his head. But she's gone all human supremacist now, and I just can't stomach that, you know? I know, Cal. I absolutely know. Hey, what are you working on? Cal is looking a little sickly. Well, I found this really pretty flower growing in the garden. I've never seen it before. You take a look at it. Wait, you've seen these before. It's a rad plant. What? It's radioactive. Cal says, backing up quickly. Good thing you knew that. What do we do? You're not sure, but if you study at a geoponics lab, you might be able to figure out how to neutralize the radiation. I have to do that right now. This is what I'm doing this month. We've talked to everybody. Well, no, we haven't talked to my boyfriend yet. Hold on. Wait a moment. Boyfriend time. Hi, boyfriend. Oh no, I did talk to him. You come up beside Dis and slip your hand into his, and he startles before relaxing when he realizes it's you. Oh hey, he says, blushing. What's going on? I would give you a gift, but you're maxed out, so... We're just gonna go to geoponics and figure out what to do with the stupid radioactive plant. Stupid radioactive plant. Cal personally isn't my type for some reason. No clue why. But he is also a biology nerd, which is a plus. Humans are the best parasites, no question. Do we have more in common with parasites, or do we have more in common with viruses, Garkman? That is the question I would like to pose before you. What do you think? Must be a really nasty one if he's looking sickly. The dose required to have a noticeable effect would be very dangerous. It would need engineering. Well, the thing is about that is that I don't have engineering, but we might be able to figure it out in the xenobotany lab, so we're going to do that. Back in the lab, you have all the right equipment. Oh no, it does need engineering. I don't have it. To properly examine the radioactive plant you found. Maybe you can find a way to protect yourself from them so you don't need to drag a radiation-proof envirosuit every time you go to that part of the planet. Radiation poisoning isn't the killer it used to be on Earth. With medbeds, you can flush out deadly doses of radiation in a few hours. It could still make you really sick, though, and high enough doses could kill you before you're even able to reach a medbed. How confident are you that you know how to protect yourself? Not at all, actually. Good. Maybe you can come back again later after collecting more samples. Fuck. You hear a commotion over by the geoponics dome, the kind that makes you drop your shovel and sprint over there. There's a crowd at the entrance to the domes. Governor Lum, Rhett, Cal, and a handful of agriculturists form a semicircle around the entrance, looking up at... Oh no, it sucks. She's perched over the door, her back arched with fear as her great body grapples up the side of the geodesic dome. You can hear the grass cracking under the strain. She's clicking her teeth and emitting a scared, mournful howl from deep in her belly. You see your mother in the crowd and your stomach plummets. She's gonna be so angry when she finds out you and Cal have been hiding Socks from her this whole time. Cal is between the mob and Socks, his arms spread wide. Please don't hurt her, he cries. She's my pet. I promise she's not dangerous. It's an alien monster, Lum snarls. It's not a pet, it's the enemy. Chief Rhett, I command you to destroy it. Rhett levels his laser rifle at the dilly pillar. Wait! All eyes turn towards you, but before you can say another word, your mom sighs and steps in front of you. Cal's right, she said. This monster's been living under your nose for years. If she was dangerous, we would know. Cal drops his arms. Wait, he says. You knew about Socks? Your mom puts her hand on her hips and gives Cal a rueful smile. Did you seriously think you could hide a dragon from me, Cal? On my watch. In my barn. Yeah, we need them samples, that's for sure. Fungi? Maybe, Trav. I'd say parasites, we suck the life out of everything. Nah, we're really just mean mammals. I mean, we're the worst, honestly. Yeah, she's kind of massive these days. She was gonna get found eventually, but, you know, we were kids when we got her, so... I've known about your pet since before the Helio arrived, she continues. How do you think she stayed hidden so long? In retrospect, it is kind of unbelievable that no one discovered the massive pink dinosaur caterpillar until now. Cal's at a loss for words. Your mom puts her hand on his shoulder and addresses the crowd. I will vouch for the creature. Cal has done an admirable job caring for her, and in my professional opinion, she poses no threat other than accidentally due to her size. She looks up at Socks. She's getting pretty big, Cal. It might be time to release her into the wild. No. Socks is trained. I can prove it. We have the animals for this shit. Socks can be made useful. There is actually a visual scene for this one, but Cal is mid-teen there, so you wasn't shown it. Oh, they didn't do art for his older age. Sad. I mean, that's a lot of art to have, to be honest, but yeah. You push through the crowd and stand before Socks, who looks down at you with curious affection. You raise your hand and she chitters and shakes out her fringe. Socks, down, you command, and Socks obediently slinks down from the geodesic dome. She circles her great body around you, watching you intently. Everyone takes a few steps back from the huge dilly pillar. Sit, you continue, and the crowd gasps as Socks leans back and pulls her front half to its full height, towering over your heads. Lie down, you order, and she flumps to the ground, spraying gravel and dirt at the crowd. Roll over, you say, making a rolling gesture with your hand, and Socks writhes until her many, many feet are wriggling in the air. She looks up at you upside down, her mouth lolling open in something like a smile. One more trick, you say, pointing at Lum. Socks, attack! Socks flips to her feet with alarming speed and snarls, charging towards Lum. Everyone screams and scatters, except for Lum, who freezes and cowers where he stands, and Rhett, who raised his rifle. Stop, you command, and Socks stops dead in her tracks, her face inches from Lum's face. Her breath woofs over him, rustling his hair. There's only shocked, still silence. I know. Socks is really cute, along with the faceless and the gardeners. It's my favorite alien design. Socks' alien design is very nice. Lum's mouth quivers with fear and then confusion. What are you waiting for? He commands. Shoot it! For a few tense seconds, you worry Rhett will pull the trigger. The moment passes and the security chief, Rhett, slowly lowers his rifle. That's incredible, he says. You have this monster perfectly trained. Does it hunt? Will it follow directions at the expense of its own safety? Rhett turns to Lum. We could use this creature, he says. It may be useful in defending the colony. Only for defense, Cal pipes up. She's not a weapon. She's a living, breathing animal, and she has rights. Lum sets his jaw. Fine, he says, backing away from Socks. Rhett, you are responsible for this creature. I'm done with this. Oh yeah, pissed your pants, didn't you, dumbass? He turns on his heel and stalks away, muttering under his breath. Oh, hey, we got art. And Cal is rocking some cake as much as he loves cake. I don't know what to tell you. I can see why Rex is into that. Oh boy. Cal whoops and runs over to Socks to throw his arms around her neck. She trills in relief and taps her many feet against the ground, her body rippling like a wave. Rin, thank you, he cheers, and then laughs as Socks sweeps him off his feet. The crowd disperses, though some hang around to watch and wonder as Cal plays with his dilly pillar friend. Like it was hard? Let's see here. 3. Let's see here. 4. 5, 6. That did not work. I see, that became an 8, and that became a 4. Closer. Awkward. Alright, let's think about this. That's better. Still not quite close enough. Howsomever. I fixed it. Like it was hard. Socks is not small anymore, no. See, look at how big she is. A full-sized human is as big as her head. Yeah. Well, she's gonna get bigger. We've seen them out in the wild. Biology is close to being maxed. That does help my organizing. I kind of need engineering, which is awkward. I'm not going to be able to get engineering in enough time. Which is also awkward. Yep, they're stupid. We don't like them either. Dad! No, don't need anything. I just wanted to say hi because you're here. Mom! At least she's not jumpy today. Apparently, we've taken care of the jumpiness for this season. Mars, how's it going? No, Mars. Killing the thing that wants to kill you is not the way to go here, but okay, whatever. Wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. It's fine. You still around, boyfriend? Good. He's making himself a toggle for his backpack. I still don't have the bravery. I'm close, though. I hate you. You suck so much. I don't know why I even talked to you. Nem. Nem is smiling at her holopalm and waves away a hollow message as you approach. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone as much as I talk to Vase. I feel like I can talk to him about anything, you know? Yeah, unfortunately I do know, and I unfortunately know that he is bad for you. Like, really bad for you. Like, worse than cavities bad. Oh, she likes coffee. This is why I romanced Tangent in my first run. Well, one of many reasons. I like big brains. I would adore to go on a hike with Dis. Same. You look over Nami's shoulder and see that they're drawing a whole page dedicated to native Vertumnan plants. They look up at you and rub their cheek with the end of their pencil. I know we're supposed to believe in Governor Lum, they confess, but, what if we accidentally hurt the planet? What if some of the super cool plants and animals die? They look down at their page. I just think it'd be really sad if that happened. Me too, Nami. Me too. Rex is chatting with one of the young soldiers from the Helio, smiling wolfishly down at her with his hand braced above her head as she giggles. When she sees you coming, her smile drops and she beats a hasty retreat, avoiding your gaze. Rex turns, his confused expression melting away to delight when he sees you. Way, hey, Rin, he exclaims. Some of the Helios are weird about being seen with me, he continues, unbothered. She'll be back. Well, good. Until then, I need a hug. Tammy. You walk past Cal in the main courtyard as you approach the lounge, and he gives you a jaunty wave. Moments later, Tammy appears at the door looking rumpled and red-faced. Oh, hello, she calls out to you, smoothing down her skirts. Do you need something? Only to see your smiling face, Tam-Tam. Well, shoot. I need engineering, but I'm not going to get the engineering in time. This is bad. I could try, but this is all I have to get more engineering. That's not actually true. That's not actually true. I could go out. Engineering, here. I believe surveying the ridge gives engineering. I mean, it only gives +2 engineering is the problem. Whereas if I go to class for engineering, it can give more because that is the first stat rather than the second one. So as much as this is a base +1, if I super challenge it, then it could be up to a +3, I think. See, everyone loves Rex. It's just that bastard Vase doesn't like him, so they can't like him. It's fair. I guess... this is so late in the game. I should have done more. Oh well. You also get challenges? Yes, but not all of them will be engineering challenges. But you are right. Maybe it would be more of a payoff if I did actual, like, challenges out there. Broccoli, thank you for convincing me. You're fabulous. Let's go to the ridge. We got to go talk to all the peeps. Hey, Utopia. You report to the expedition's tent to find not just Utopia, but Security Chief Rhett and Vase as well. I can't just spare any more of my people, Utopia's explaining them. You've already polled almost all the foragers, and we're already running skint crews in the ridges as it is. There's one person you can spare, Rhett replies, turning to face you. Hello, Rin. How'd you like to transfer into one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of her best explorers. We could use someone like you. He indicates face. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Why do we need to kill them? Vase laughs. Because they're killing us, Rin. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. Can't wait to bag a real trophy Xeno, he chuckles, framing his hands like a painting on a wall. First 10-point buck on Vertumna. Nope, don't want to kill animals for fun. Rhett scowls at Vase. You won't be killing them for fun. You'd be killing them to defend the colony. Vase rolls his eyes. That's not true, because I have before. Yes, I believe this is the swamp prompt. What age am I at? 17. 17. I mean, we still have a few years, but, like, it's late in the game. That's all I'm saying. Late. Not too late, just late. Vase scoffs. Even if it's trying to kill you? I knew you Strato kids were soft. I didn't know you were suicidal, too. Not everyone's cut out for life or death situations, Rhett says, then turns to you. You know, Rin, it's not all killing, he continues. Sometimes it's about tracking and identifying dangerous creatures before they reach our walls. You wouldn't necessarily have to kill them. He holds up his hand. But you don't have to decide just yet. Talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. Yeah. I just don't like that conversation. At all. Mostly because Vase is an ass. Mine. Fully grown dilly pillars are like massive, slow-moving trains. If one crosses your path, you're in for a wait. Which is exactly what you're doing. The gargantuan dragon has been slowly lumbering over this ridge for at least half an hour, its body disappearing into the heat haze of the chasms on both sides. Its feet slowly undulate across the cracked soil, making shushing noises and scattering boulders in its wake. See, I don't need the animals is the thing. That's maxed. The creature is moving more than slowly enough for you to climb up using its large, soft spikes as handholds. It's going to take hours to get anywhere interesting, but up from its back you can see further. Also, there are other creatures up here. You've climbed up right next to a cluster of dwarves moths, heads tucked under their wings like they're sleeping. And in the other direction, there's even a bush bub, or rather, it looks like a pile of rocks with some twigs. Yeah, let's just climb down the other side. Easily done. You're free and clear on the other side of the commuter train creature. We've done that event before. go this way and then double back around. Collect. Collectibles. Alright. Let's see what we're in for. See if we can't find the engineering ones back out if they're not. This is perception for a card. Precarious natural land bridge drops down sharply on both sides. You kick a rock over the side but don't hear it hit the bottom. Do you cross? Do I want the card? +2 if this has the highest value. I mean, there are situations where this one will have the highest value, but not many. Very carefully indeed. You shuffle across it slowly, examining the cracks and sticking to the solid places. You accidentally send a few more pebbles skittering over the edge and think, better them than me. Stress. This is a perception challenge. I will find another way around. The flies here are awful. They come out in the heat of the day and buzz around you incessantly. They don't bite, but they seem to want something from you. Maybe the water or salt from your sweat. You hope they aren't laying eggs. Diz calls the most annoying ones rod flies because they're like long, flexible sticks with a bunch of wings. They swarm in clouds around your face, no matter how hard you try to shoo them away. He says they remind him of Mars. But there are other ones too, like the one that's just a big eyeball with a couple of pairs of little wings. They make a loud buzzing sound and are always just out of reach when you try to swat them away. Today, your personal nemesis is one of these eye flies. There's a whole bunch of them earlier, but only one has persisted. It's been following you, staring at you all morning, and you and Dis have been batting at it for an hour, but it's a fast dodger. Dis has finally given up and just plods forward. It even lands on his head, but he doesn't care. I'm not. That's a perception challenge. Using Dis's strength, you find a sense of peace deep down and just block out the incessant buzzing. Dang. Couldn't get out of that one, so there's stress. Let's go forward. What are you? You're getting thirsty. You feel for your backup canteen, but it's missing, and somehow you lost it since you left this morning, and you're all out of drinking water. The suns are high and hot in the sky, making the ground waver with heat haze mirages. Your mouth feels dry, so dry. Your head is starting to ache. You're pretty far from the outpost. You could make it back, but that'd be it for this expedition. You'd have to go back home. Xenos are friends, not food. Oh, you can easily be an engineer, but you risk the chance of getting an engineering ending instead of, like, explorer, xenobotanist, yeah. Oh yeah, and a whole bunch of dead animals, but might be some interesting stuff too. Off topic, I really like the main character's clothes. Yeah. In referencing main character as much as I have named the main character Rin, I believe Soul is the default nickname for the main character, so if you want to say Soul is cool, I will understand your reference. My favorite outfits are Dis, Tange, main character, Mars, and, well, obviously, you love Rex's outfit. Of course you do, Plague. Those sounds are suspicious. I'd actually think they were being used as spies by the gardeners, but we know that they have awesome tech for that. But maybe they use both. I actually think it's probably just the highly symbiotic nature of this planet being curious about us, honestly. Could tough it out. She gives me toughness, yes, and stress. Ugh, so thirsty. And why does your head hurt so bad? It's kind of hard to think about anything except for how thirsty you are. You start to think about giving up when your foot suddenly plunges through the dry, cracked dirt beneath you. It goes up to your knee, and it's wet. It's a Watado. After dislodging your foot and scraping the purple juice off your shoes, you peer at it at the underground pod like a massive watermelon, only a small part of it grows above ground, while the rest stores liquid safely away from the elements. You decide you're thirsty enough to drink this, despite your foot having been in it. Ah, that hit the spot. Doesn't clear up all the stress, but it certainly worked. Alright, can I back out of this? Topia sent you and Dis to study one of the large crystal outcroppings. Up close, you can't help but get the sense that they're alive somehow. They're angular and hard to the touch, but they have a sort of sponginess and warmth to them that's a little disconcerting. They emit a humming noise. Dis pokes at one with his finger. Weird. It almost looks like they're breathing. Well, I guess we're studying them today. And then probably getting kicked off the map. I mean, they have been using Xenolife as spies before as well, as stuff like Sim talking to a flower to talk to his boss. Yeah, exactly. Okay. We're going all threes. 16 is a decent opener. Double eights is better, I think. Bonus to straights. It could do this. That's even better. Alright, here we go. Let's see, this is a problem because my 5s are yellow. I don't actually have a 3. But I can fix it, it's fine. I win. Not that I needed the perception. You notice that they hum the loudest at midday under full sun. The few crystals that have grown under shaded outcroppings are less vibrant than the others. They kind of look like convergent domain tech, don't they? Dis says, like the organic obsidian or the crystals embedded in the ruins. Let's try blocking the crystal's sun. On a hunch, you cover one up with some ferns. After an hour, it stops vibrating. Something deep inside it has gone dormant. The crystal turns clear, like the ones that were shadowed naturally. When you remove the fronds, its color returns. Oh, so it's like photosynthesis, Dis exclaims. But it's not a plant, right? Let's try uprooting one. They do indeed have roots, and they're really tough. You dig around the base of one and expose them so you can see. They're made of the same glass, but rough and frosted, and warm. Much warmer than the surrounding soil. The roots go down deeper than you can dig. You won't be able to remove one without breaking it. Well. You wiggle one of the crystals like a loose tooth. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Boom! You're thrown by the explosion. When the dust settles and you brush off the shards of warm crystal, you realize that some of the nearby crystals have also exploded. Are they connected underground? Yes! I know my Querzal network when I see one, Dis exclaims. They're alive, like fungus, but also kind of artificial, like the convergent domain's buildings. I bet they were used to harvest energy from sunlight, like living solar panels. I wonder if they've been growing wild this whole time or if they still power something. He stops. Wait, Rin, are you okay? You dust yourself off and scribble excitedly in your survey notes. This is an important scientific discovery. Well, we got one engineering out. But unfortunately now we're too stressed and must go home. So we got 3 engineering overall. Yay. It is now early pollen. Thankfully, our dad will not die. Spoiler alert for those who have not played the game before. Dis is kneeling with his hand flat on the ground. Sometimes I swear I can hear the planet talking, he says. Everyone always told me I was weird. Maybe they were right. I absolutely were, babe, but it's fine. I like you that way. Hey, Mom. I know you're busy, I just wanted to say hi. I love you, Mom. Dad? Mom is an incredible lady, yes, but gross, Dad. I didn't need to know. He's very much in love with our mother. Mars. Some of them did once upon a time, like a long time ago. Just saying. Whose birthday is it? I forget. It's early pollen? Nope, that's mid-dust. You're mid-wet. You never did find out your birthday and now you're dead. Tammy is late pollen. Mars is wet. These guys are wet. These guys are dust. It's Rex's birthday. That's what it is. Okay. Look. Have a pretty flower. Rex. You're looking for Rex by the construction site, but Rex finds you first. Tackle hug! You turn to the source of the yell. Rex is barreling towards you, arms outstretched. You have about 2 seconds to decide how to react. I'm dating someone. Should I flirt? Oh, just wait till you see what he says about his birthday present, Garkman. You're gonna like this. I'm dating Dis. Should I flirt? Because my other option is give him a big old friendly bear hug, because absolutely I'm gonna do that. Well, Plague Doctor Man has made himself the king of the vote, so I guess I'm going to flirt. That was what was requested. This gets me in trouble. You're in trouble, Plague. Casual flirting, how scandalous. You ready yourself to launch into his embrace, catching a glimpse of Rex's delighted face as he scoops you up in his strong arms. He lifts you off your feet and swings you around, laughing. Hey-o, Rin! Rex exclaims. He holds you easily against his chest. What's a good person like you doing in a place like this? I don't know. What am I doing here? Well, so far, no bad things have happened. You're the good boy, Rex? Or do we give him a peck on the cheek? Just don't actually date him and you're fine. I know, I flirt with him on every run. Okay, fine. Plague Doctor is the expert because he's absolutely in love with this boy. I will take your advice. You know, it's just a hug and a cheek kiss. It's not like we're making out with him in the back corner. Just saying. Rex's cheek is warm and soft, and you can feel the curl of his smile under your lips. He sets you down on your feet, cups your face in his hands, and presses a friendly kiss to your forehead. Nice to see you too, Rin, he says. You think you're starting to understand why strange Helio Boy and this strange Helio Boy and his love of hugs. So, Rex asks, crossing his arms, were you looking for me? What'd you need? We upgraded Rex's hug, so that's fantastic. I've been feeling really down lately. Oh no! Rex cries. He throws his arms around you again and rubs his hands down your back comfortably. I'm sorry, Rin. Is there anything I can do to help? I just feel trapped, you know? What do you mean? We're literally trapped on this planet. Rex hums. I had a life among the stars, he says. Maybe you don't remember it, but having solid ground under your feet is way better than being literally trapped in a spaceship. He jerks his thumb towards the construction project behind him. Can't dip from work right now, but if you want, you can come see what we're working on. Get your mind off things. Look, it de-stressed me. This is what I was looking for. What's wrong with kissing your homies? I don't know. I cheek kiss my friends too. I had nothing to do with it, Plague, Dr. Man. It's all Rex's fault. Why don't you go tell him how you feel about that, Plague? Rex takes you on a tour of the construction site. He's great company, and basking in his excitement is a pleasant way to spend an afternoon. When you wave goodbye to him so you can get back to work, so he can get back to work, you feel a little bit lighter. Look, now I don't have to waste my entire time. I can work on something. Nami! Yep, I agree, Nami. I didn't give him his birthday present. What am I doing? Hey, is it just me or is everyone here like light speed hot? Rex says. Seriously, is it something in the water? Because, woo, dang. Rex lets out a little howl and then laughs, clapping in the back. Present company included. Well, I got you a present for your birthday, my mans. How about a stick? Woo! Rex howls with happiness as he takes the mushwood from you. You remembered my birthday and brought me the perfect stick for my collection. Betcha I did, buddy. Look at that smolder. This is why Plague Dr. Man is obsessed. That, right there. Obsessed. For context, I have dated Rex like 5 of my 11 runs. Look, every dog loves a stick. Just saying. Just saying. And also, we need hugs. Hugs will help. And now we're even better friends. Alright, we talked to Nami. Look at these two. They've gotten closer and closer together. It's so cute. They are dating each other, by the way. Like, I can prove it. See? Dating Cal. I don't know any of her dislikes, and I never want to find them out because Tammy is so sweet. Tammy is working on something that involves a lot of yarn and shiny beads. She looks up and gives you a tired smile. Hello, Rin. It's nice to see you. And her birthday is in 2 months, so I could give her a present right now, but I will wait for her birthday. Cal. Cal and Rex are hanging out in the garden gazebo. You can hear their laughter echo through the garden long before you see them. Hey, Rin! Cal calls out to you, and Rex lifts his hand in a jaunty wave. Rex told me he wanted my help burying his bone in the garden, but when we got here, he said he must have forgot it back in his room. Can you believe it? Rex shoots you a long-suffering look and rolls his eyes. I mean, can you blame him? Can you blame him? This is what Cal looks like. For reference, this is what Rex looks like. Can you blame them? I sure can't. I was gonna do a Nami run, but now I just need to date Rex again. I have a problem. Plague, I think you have an obsession. I don't think it's a problem, but it's definitely an obsession. I really like how the characters get to date each other too, and it's not just you in the center of the world. I like that as well, Broccoli. I think that's a fantastic way of going about it. I mean, there's always the I want to date all of them problem, but like, there's mods for that, I'm sure. Tange! Yep, you sure do. She is the mother figure that you have always appreciated the most. Ooh, egg. Eggy. I hate you. Why do I even click on you? You're a jerk. Goodbye. Nem. I did see that, but I also brought you your favorite. Yep, I know I'm a hero, but unfortunately, you're still dating this jerk. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, I need engineering. I could go back to the ridge. Well, I'll apply. Utopia sighs when you tell her you're looking for Rhett. Well, I can't stop you, sweets. Rhett's over there in the garrison, though. I don't like him coming around here trying to poach my people. You head over to the garrison. Ah, it's you again. Going to try out for the punting party, are you? Face looks up from where he's cleaning a plas rifle and scowls at you. Why do we need to kill them again? Yeah, whatever. Sounds like a good time. Now I get to play with a Ricky. I have a pet Ricky. His name is Ricky Tiki. Ricky Tiki Ricky. Not Ricky Tiki Tavi, for those who know the reference. I do like that, but it means that if you want some people, you have to break pairings, and that sucks. I'm still yet to romance my fave for the sake of variety, as I can't just go for him every run. All's fair in love and war. Garkman, you have a point. All is fair in love and war. Alright. Vase goes over to a tent and brings back the Verky on a long chain. It's sprightly and bright-eyed. Some might even say cute, and comes up nearly to your waist. Vase looks proud of his duty as monster bearer. Caught this one myself, Rhett tells you. I'm adding it to the training zoo, so don't kill it, but feel free to give it a few pokes. Then tell me, what are its weaknesses, its strengths? How would you defeat it in a fight? Well, I might as well get the combat. I don't really want to fight this thing, but animals is maxed. A value wild is here? Okay. Okay. I see what they're putting down. We'll just do this first. 26. Yep. Okay. We're gonna do that. This card becomes a 5. Next. No, I didn't give up. What the... Now I'm mad. This has happened before. Some weird double-click bullshit. Not happy. Don't know why it does that. Yeah, well, here we go. Try this again. That was bullshit. I let Tammy die to date Cal. Plague. I'm sure that hurt a lot. That's part of the reason why I still haven't dated Cal. Because we have to make him so sad. And got Tangent Cure ending as a way of rage quitting. Oh no, Broccoli. I'm so sad for you. I mean, you could let Tammy die, but that seems pretty horrifying option. Yeah, I could save her, but I wanted to date Cal, so oopsie. Okay, let's try this again. So 5, a 4, this becomes technically a 3, even though it will not give us any extra points, but next round. See if we can't not have this bullshit happen. Yeah, double 1s. And double sixes, technically. There we go. I didn't do the bullshit. Oh, right, that's the wrong color. Okay. Super gold, because it was not that hard. Didn't really have any gem cards but this one, and this one was not going to help me, so that works out. We win. We will get extra combat for that. Yay. You think of the times you've play wrestled with your own pet, Ricky Ticky. The Vricky is bigger and much angrier, so you'll have to be careful. You feign to the left, then move right and grab the creature's chain, yanking it hard. When the Vricky stumbles, you dive behind it and pull a loop of chain around its neck. That's enough! Rhett stops you. Well done, Rin. You seem to be what we're looking for. Come join the hunting squad next month. We'll see how you do in the swamps. Alright, swamps are open, but... the ridge has engineering, the swamps do combat, so... We don't really have the stress capacity for it is the problem. And I need a much higher engineering, so... I think, unfortunately, I'm gonna go back to class. No, we're not doing the swamp, Trav. I want to experience literally every single option. We'll probably play like 60 runs. I must make sacrifices even if they hurt. Besides, how do you date Tammy without messing with Cal? You can't. You have to break them up, I believe at least. Apparently, I was 1 point of friendship away from persuading Cal not to go for Tammy as I liked him. You need to confess to Cal before they get into their relationships. Swamp time. Hang out in swamps when you are ready. I will. But right now I'm going to study engineering. I'm not going to read this because I've read it before and my voice is kind of starting to go on me, so. Nuclear engineering at the beginner level. Yep. I don't know why Tangent is still here in classes. She must be TAing or something. Let's see here. This card will become a 5. This card is a 5. This card is a 5. This card is also a 5. That was easy. Didn't need any other numbers. Very nice. So yeah, that gave me +4 engineering on top of reasoning, which I don't have a lot of either. And I got friendships, which is fantastic. Early pollen becomes late pollen, or mid pollen. Early pollen, late pollen, no, it becomes mid pollen. So here we are. She's enjoying her coffee. Good. They have something going on. We'll come back to them. Nami. I would like to be better friends with you, so I do have a present for you. Have a strange device. Enjoy, Nami. Enjoy. Oh, and that became a relationship event. Nami is in their usual spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. They've curled up with their arms around a giant plushy creature and seem to be scrolling listlessly through the movies available in the Colony Media archive. Find anything good? No. Nami sighs, tipping over onto their side. Not since I finished all the Maidstocker Aries. I can't believe it ended on a cliffhanger. I didn't know that the stratosphere had left Earth before the series finished airing. Nami whines. You have every episode except for the two-parter season finale. They bury their face against the plushie. Now I'll never know how it ends. They sniffle. It's not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. So we could go lean on creativity, or we could lean on empathy. I'm gonna lean on empathy this time. 38 and a 39. Yeah, I'm gonna lean on empathy this time. Funnily enough, if what I found on the internet is correct, to date Tammy, you also need to confess to Cal to prevent them from dating, which is weird. I'm also looking basically nothing up, so all my info is from my own playthroughs, so take with a grain of salt. This isn't about the show, is it? Nami wipes their eyes and heaves a heavy sigh. Yeah, they say, not meeting your eye. I guess that's kind of true. It just reminds me that, They pick at a thread of their plushie. You know, they continue quietly, that, everything ends, and sometimes it's a lot sooner than you expected. When I got here, I remember looking at your huge media library and thinking, wow, galactic, I'm never gonna run out of things to watch. It felt like the whole world was still ahead of me, ready to be discovered. A new planet, new people, a new life. Nami digs their fingers into the plushie. Now it feels like everything's just on fire all the time, and everyone always on my case about how I need to grow up. What's so bad about being innocent? Why does everything have to be grim all the time? They wipe their eyes again angrily. And I don't get any more episodes of this stupid show I like. It's not fair. I get that. It's hard. Nami nods, their chin wobbling as they try to keep it together. Yeah, they say, tipping their head up to the ceiling and trying to put on a brave smile. Thanks for getting it, Rin. Of course, Nami. Us, they, thems, and any alls gotta stick together, you know? You know? Rex, I think Nami needs a hug, but I'm gonna get one first, okay? Yes, again. Because obviously. Mars? Still mad at nature? Well, try not to be, I guess. Boyfriend. They are absolutely assholes. They are absolutely making it worse. I agree. Whoa. Dad! I know it's important to take a break, Dad. I will not forget to take care of myself. Thanks. Hey, Mom. Yep, I agree, Mom. Stupid egotistical men trying to get us all killed. Of course I'm staying out of trouble. Why would I be in trouble? I'm not on the wrong side of any wars, Mom, I promise. Just gonna go now. I think relationship is possible with Nami, but it's probably a non-traditional relationship situation. Apparently Nami has depths, like, that neither of us have gotten into. I'm gonna talk to Tammy first. You see Tammy stumbling down the path from the depot, struggling to carry a large wooden box. The box looks to be stuffed with rolls of paper and other craft detritus. We will give her a hand. You jog over and take one side of the box. Oh, hi! Tammy chirps. Thank you. It's not heavy, just awkward, and together you carry it easily into the crutch. Tammy sits the box down inside the lounge and smooths out her skirts. Goodness, she exclaims. There's more and more in this box every year. She reaches into the box and pulls out a floppy-headed puppet. Oh, kindness. They were always my favorite, Tammy says, stroking its long pink hair. Do you remember putting on graduation day skits when we were kids? It's hard to forget. Once a year on the Stratospheric, all the adults would cook a big meal and talk about how grateful they were for things like the oxygen recycler working and babies being born. And then the kids would put on a puppet show about the beginnings of the Vertumna project. All the puppets had allegorical names like kindness or courage or curiosity. You remember some years you could get a little creative with the details. You've heard adults talk about how they used to be a similar feast day back on Earth. But whenever you've asked about it, all they'll say is that the way they do it now is way better for some reason. I think they're referencing Thanksgiving. From what I understand, you have to be kind of a dick to try and date Tammy anyway, having to keep her confidence down and so on. Oh, that's awful. I could never. You nod, and Tammy smiles fondly as she pulls out more puppets. Oh, here's hope. And resilience, too. Oh, that's ironic. Resilience needs a little bit of love before she's ready for the stage. Tammy runs her fingers over Resilience's loose button eyes. I think Anemone was the very best Resilience, she says thoughtfully. Do you remember when she and Mars both wanted to play Resilience, so they drew straws and Anemone had to play Ingenuity? She was great at breaking stuff. Oh my gosh, I thought Tangent was going to light Anemone on fire with her mind, Tammy exclaims, pressing her hands to her cheeks. She always wanted to be Ingenuity. Do you remember Dis's song about Earth? He never sang the same lyrics twice, Tammy says, then sighs. I was so sad when he stopped wanting to take part. I wonder what happened. Well, I guess I have to have another Be a Dickhead run again. Yeah, the first dickhead run you do is chasing Vase. As for the second one, well, I guess it's chasing Tammy. And when the puppet stage collapsed, Tammy gasps. And we all had to stand there and act out like it was a play? Oh no, that was the worst. What was your favorite part? Tammy's cheeks darken. I liked working on the set with the puppets, and the puppets with Cal, she says, touching her fingertip to her lips. I was always too worried I would mess up my lines. Aw, those were fun times. Tammy folds her hands over her heart and sighs. I'm so happy we have all these old dolls. Some of the littlest kids don't even know we used to do this. I can't wait to teach them. She's gonna be somebody's amazing mom someday. I have to do another 2 ticket runs with Vase, because from what I've heard, he has 2 endings and I messed up the first one. Oh no. That is truly a tragedy, Plague. I feel for you. You spot Cal moving with purpose through the gardens. He stops and gives you a little wave. Hey, Rin! Where are you going, Cal? Cal shoulders the sack he's carrying. I'm taking some food to Socks, he replies. Do you want to come and see her? You do. It's been a while since you've seen the old girl. You and Cal go out past the walls to the pen they've erected for Socks. Socks trills when she sees you both, unfurling her great body from where it's curled up around the post in the middle of the pen. Her harness and lead jangle as she slithers over towards Cal and twines around him. Hey, girl, Cal crones as Socks sweeps him off his feet and into the coils of her serpent-like body. Are you hungry? Socks vocalizes happy when Cal starts taking head-sized rocks out of his sack. He tosses them up to her and she snaps them out of the air, pulverizing them into a shower of gravel with her massive jaws. You even do a few as well, lurching Cal on her back as she cavorts around her pen chasing them. Whoa, Cal laughs, clutching to her fringe. Easy there, it's a lot farther down than it used to be. So, do we think she looks happy, or do we question tying her up like this? Maybe if I go high into empathy, I can make him better. Just anything not to be a Vase fanboy. I don't know if it's possible, Plague, but you can certainly try. What do we think, guys? Is she happy, or is it really just a tragedy that she's tied up? We still don't actually know what his augment is. Like, I have been spoilered that it's some sort of pacifism thing, but I don't know what the actual thing says yet. Well, she looks happy to see us, but is she happy? She looks happy here. Cal slips down from Socks' back and stands with his cheek pressed against her chest. I don't know, he murmurs, stroking her scales. She purrs a bassy rumble you can feel in your guts. It's better than letting her be killed, I guess, but it's kind of wrong that we're making her fight against other animals. He sighs. I don't know what to think, honestly. I mean, she's happy to see us, but is she happy? Like, there's a difference. He did mention what it did, you just didn't know 100%, and no, it's not pacifism. I said a pacifism-like thing, Trav. He's too sweet. He's just the sweetest. Look at the two of them, they're so cute together. Your birthday is soon, so I cannot give you a gift, or I will not be able to gift you on your birthday. I almost have your friendship maxed out, but I think I'm okay. Did I talk to Tangent yet? I think I have. It's fine. Who haven't I talked to? I haven't apparently talked to Nem. I'm gonna click on you again because you're an asshole, and I just like to call you an asshole, and then I'm done with you. I don't even read his things anymore. You were supposed to meet Nem for lunch, but she didn't show up. You need to head to the garrison to see if you can find her. You spot Nem's shock of red hair over by the close-range firing ring. As you approach, she finishes a flurry of blows with a roundhouse kick that almost knocks the training dummy's head clear off. Kia! Nem roars, echoing off the vaulted ceiling of the garrison. Nem steps back from the ring and pulls up the bottom of her shirt to wipe her face, flashing you a glimpse of her muscular stomach and the blue-green scaling that dances over her ribcage and down her hips. Her skin shines with sweat under the harsh lights. You catch her eye and she shoots you a smile, as quick and bright as the sun glinting off a metal roof before it disappears behind her usual bleak expression. Shrugs over to you. What are you doing here, Rin? She brings up the time on her holopalm and her eyes go wide. Oh shit, we were supposed to eat lunch together today. I'm sorry. Well, you look incredible today. I'm gonna flirt with her. I'm just gonna do it. This is probably gonna be bad, but I'm gonna flirt. You gulp and give her a long teasing gaze. Nem goes red and puts her hand over her mouth. Shh, don't say stuff like that, she hisses. I didn't know you were watching. You're gonna get me in trouble with Vase. Nem grabs her water bottle and drinks from it, then pours the rest over her head and flicks the water through her shaved side. We can still go get some chow if you want, she says. Just give me a sec. Nem pulls an oversized sports ball sweater over her workout clothes, her thumbs popping through the holes worn into the cuffs. The lettering on the back reads kombucha. Yeah, flirt for the cause indeed. Jeez Louise. Well, I don't know what it is, Trav, so don't worry about it. As you exit the garrison, you're stopped by a few of the other soldiers, who all seem to want to give Nem a high five or tell her about their days. Even though she's clearly exhausted, she musters up a few heartening words for each of them. They all know I'm dating Vase, she says apologetically when you finally emerge into the sunlight. It's weird. All of a sudden, I'm like a hero to them, too. And I haven't even done anything yet. I train every day, though. Probably like 6 or 8 hours, she says, rubbing her shoulder and stretching it out as she walks. Feels good to work hard. Like, it just wipes out all the bad thoughts. Anything that's bothering me. She makes an exploding motion with her hand. It just goes away. Poof. Like, I can't afford to lose my focus, Nem says solemnly. I can't let myself get distracted. If I do and someone dies because of it, null it, man, she says, shaking her head. The thought of it keeps me up at night. Sometimes I just get up and run around the colony until I'm too tired to stand. Nobody else is gonna die on my watch. You understand, right? She asks, turning to you. You work harder than anyone. How do you do it? What are you fighting for, Rin? That's a good question. What are we fighting for, guys? Yeah, she is so much better than Vase. Like, even on her worst day, she is better than Vase. Entirely. Are we fighting for the future of the colony? Knowing what we know about it? The fact that we are repeating many different lifetimes of the same life. Do we care about being the best at whatever? Because, I mean, clearly we are the best at a couple of things. Is there no other choice? We've been repeating this life for a while now. Even though this is only my second run, it is implied through even your first run that you are repeating the same lifetime over and over and over again many, many times over. That you are, to some extent, tuned in to the many various multiversal ways that your life can go. I mean, this is only my second run, so I'm just trying to get through it. I don't really know what's going on yet. Nem nods in solidarity. I know how that feels. She claps you on the shoulder. I know what it's like to not want to think about the future, about why we're here. Joining the Defense Force gave me a purpose. I get up every morning and I think, today I'm gonna be better than yesterday, I'm ready. Her mouth twitches into a smile before it fades again. I know it's hard, but as long as I'm alive, you got me. I'm here for you. Aw, that's like the nicest thing Nem has ever told us, actually. And that's hot, dog man, not a man who sells hot dogs. Man, we don't have toughness 80. We're 5 points away. But I need the engineering, so we will not be doing that. Mwah. I would love to smoochies with you, but I cannot. I think I've talked to everybody. I think. There's no cake. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get another hug just because I can. Let's go get some engineering. Dating Nem is actually a really fun run. Highly enjoyed it. I'm glad. I don't know how to fix this. You hear a scuttling of metallic legs. What the heck? And a strange, knee-high robot bursts into your engineering lab, going full tilt on its 6 spiderly legs. It slams into a wall hard enough to knock itself down. It seems to be having trouble getting back up again and is flailing its metal legs around dangerously. Let's put it back out in the hall. Whoopsies. Ouch. It accidentally slashes you with a leg while scrambling to find purchase. Stupid robot. Hoo-hoo! Professor Hal laughs sheepishly, jogging towards you. This little bot got away from me again. It's always busting out of the robotics lab. Wait, a robotics lab? Yeah, they put me in charge of the robotics lab on the new ship, Hal explains. Between you and me, I think they're probably asked Instance first, but she was just too busy. Not really sure what this one is yet, he continues and snatches the bot up with sure hands. Its legs flail wildly. They have a taste for blood. If you get good enough at tinkering and want a job, come have a chat with me. Well, we've opened up the ability to work there, but we don't have the skill for it yet. Whatever we put here becomes a 4. This is now a 4. This is a 4, this is a 4, this is a 4, and this is a 4. We don't have any gem cards, so... I only dated Tange, Dis, and Vase. In retrospective, Utopia must have been a really young captain when she took over, since I believe she was the captain of the ship before you got here. No, Utopia was not the captain of the ship. She was never captain of the ship. She was the oldest of the kids. She was born on Earth, just before they left. and she was basically studying under Uncle Tonin up until she took over for him, one way or another. Broccoli exploring the vase route is absolutely valid. Plague, do not judge. No judgment. I know that in my chat, Vase is very hated, but his character is complex and interesting, and I just have not explored it in either of the runs I have done because his general everything makes me mad. But just because he makes me mad doesn't mean I don't value him as a character in this game. Yeah, she's only about a decade older than us. So, we're gonna get some engineering. And some reasoning, which we don't really have, which is good. And now we're too stressed out to do anything. Yeah, the robotics lab needs engineering 50, and to be a tutor you need reasoning 30. We don't have either of those things, which is problems. And it is now Tammy's birthday. Apparently Tange is not going to be taking questions at this time. That's fair, Tangent. That's fair. Hey, Cal. Did you get Tammy a birthday present? You better have. Oh, no. It's kind of weird how Rex and I get clumsy around the Helio kids, huh? So weird. So weird. Tammy! Tammy looks conflicted today. She anxiously twists her hands in her shawl as she speaks. I think if I have a baby, I want it to be from Vertumna. Do you know what I mean? I've just been thinking about it, and I can't imagine a stranger's, you know, she says, then ducks her head and smiles meekly out the window towards the geoponics domes. Not when there are people I love here. That is an interesting thought, Tammy. I never thought about that. But I did get you your favorite flower. Flowers on my birthday? How beautiful! She gives you a gigantic hug. Heck yeah. Mommy! Yeah, it would be very sad. Rex? Yep, big dick soldiers doing stupid things. You are definitely more human than they are, and you are absolutely part dog. Let's get that hug in, though. Sure, Mars, you just keep thinking that. That's what you want to think. Nem. Vase is staring at us with a suspicious expression. Yep. You can stare, man. I just don't like you. You know what? Stare at my face rather than from afar. And then just fuck off. I don't judge you for exploring the option. He's a well-written character. I just really like dating people. And take all the asshole dialogue options, which made dating Vase in character, and I knew I would not be able to do it again, and as it leaves an awful taste in my mouth. Yep. I didn't get to date anyone my first run, as I ended the game too early. But I had 5 runs? Did I forget one run? I don't know. Did you? Hey, boyfriend. I wish I could smoochies you. What's going on? I'm spending time with my boy. We'll spend more time later. Talk to you guys. Mom and Dad, what are you up to? Your dad greets you with a smile as he looks up from his workbench. Hey, you kiddo, he says. Dis came around here earlier looking for you. Almost didn't know he was here. He's so quiet. He smiles fondly as he gets back to work. He loves talking about native plants, though. Wish I could have convinced him to help out here in the lab. Me too, Dad. I think he really would have liked you. hanging out with you. Yes, Mom. I am eating enough. I am drinking enough water. I am taking care of myself. I promised. I promise, I promise. I love you too, Mom. Alright. It is time to go hang out with our boyfriend where he likes to hang out, which is relaxing on the walls. It's a nice place to help keep watch. I thought I needed perception. I should have picked any other thing. Whoopsies. Oh, hey, Rin. Dis pops his head up a nearby ladder and looks surprised to see someone else here. Do you mind if I sit here, too? Sure. There's plenty of room. Two of you dangle your feet off the side and watch the valley below. Dis shuffles a little uncomfortably and doesn't say much. You wonder if this is his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. Yeah, pretty much. The shimmer cure is fine. I actually don't like telling a violent tale. I think I can get rid of this one, actually. Just because I'm a red-yellow build. So having it destroy my yellow cards, shit. And I have 2 of the damn things, so I don't need them. Turning everything blue is fine. That one's fine. I mean, I know this is a 1, but there are ways to fix that, so it's fine. Yep, I'm gonna forget the violent tale. The last run, right. I was going for Cal and ended up not dating anyone and helping Tange. Or did I date her that run once again? I don't remember. You're welcome, Plague. It was my pleasure. It's now Early Dust. Early Dust is Nem, if I remember correctly. Why did I click the wrong menu? Yeah, Early Dust is Nem. Hello, boyfriend of Nem. Goodbye. I got you something. Hey, is this a birthday cake? Thanks for remembering my birthday. Of course, Nem. I really, really wish I could, like, convince you not to date an asshole, but I was too late. The damage is already done. I'm dating your delinquent brother, so yes, I know where he is. We're friends enough, it's fine. Your birthday is next month. Nami and Rex are talking together on the couch, legs intertwined. Rex spots you first and gives you a jaunty wave, and Nami follows his gaze with a big smile. Hey, Rin! Nami says, scooting over easily so there's space for you on the couch. Rex pats the cushion invitingly. We were just talking about what we'd rather have as a pet. A hopeye as big as a unisaur, or a unisaur as small as a hopeye? What do you think? I think a unisaur as small as a hopeye would be my choice. What about you guys? She's dating him already. I don't know. She's dating him already, though, so it's a problem. I'll work on it. We'll see if I can't convince her to leave him, but, you know. I make no promises. You and Tammy watch a group of preteen colonists pass by, joking and pushing each other around. Tammy shakes her head sadly. I miss there being babies around, she says, linking her fingers over her stomach. I know why we're all supposed to stay on contraceptives, but... She sighs. Why are we even here if we're not thinking about the next generation? It's a good question, Tammy. I have a feeling that next month, you and Cal can start getting serious about the kids. Hey, Rex. Rex beams when he sees you walking towards him. Rin, he calls. Just the person I want to see. You duck under the shade of an overhanging bit of construction. I wanted to talk to you about something. Rex starts without preamble. I wanted to talk to you about... us. Oh no. I can't actually, like... I don't believe there's a Poly Rex Dis route, as far as I know. Mini Unisar, a huge hop eye would jump around and cause mini earthquakes. Thank you for your confidence in me, Garkman. I appreciate it. We should talk about it. Okay, you're right. We should talk about it. First of all, this is like a totally no pressure conversation, okay? Rex says. He looks more genuine than you've ever seen before. I like everyone, and I love kissing people. I just want to, like, check in with you, because we did that, and I really liked it, you know? I want to do it more. Rex leans into your space, fixing you with a flirtatious look. I just want to know where you're at. What do you want from me? I mean, aren't you dating Dis now? Yes. I didn't ask before because it's not my business, but what's going on with that? Okay. I have a problem with this conversation because there really should be like a third or fourth option here. Option number 3 should be like, I haven't actually discussed this with Dis yet. Can we talk about it together? In which case Dis gets added to the conversation and then it goes from there. Hey, PP! I hope It Takes Two is treating you well. Psycho Phoenix, aka PP, is also streaming right now. We tend to stream kind of in the same block, but she does stream longer than I do by like a lot. So if you're not following her, well, I'm probably gonna raid her later, so you might as well just follow her now. This is how you shut down Rex in a way that doesn't make him feel shitty. I wish you could date both, but since you can't talk to your other partner about this, best not to say you want to fool around. Yeah, we tried the fool around thing. I'm not going to click that button, but like the fourth option that I could see here working is, you know, thanks for checking in with me. Let me talk to Dis and I'll get back to you because I also really like everybody, but I am currently in a relationship. Let me get back to you. Like, there should be some way for me to, like, touch base with both people and then deal with it there. But, like, these are the only 2 options they give you, and it's bullshit. So, can we just forget it ever happened? Forget what happened? Rex asks innocently. You swat him on the arm and he laughs. No, seriously, that's fine, he says. It doesn't have to mean anything, for real. Rex slings a friendly arm around your shoulders. I'm glad we talked about this, he says. There's nothing better than a kid and all dog, right? You have to agree. It's awkward to tell someone you don't like them that way, but you feel good about this one, and Rex seems as genuinely happy as ever. It's good to have a friend like Rex. Yeah, like, I understand that not every character is going to be into a non-monogamous relationship, a polyamorous relationship. Like, I get that, but there should be an option where you can bring in the person you're dating into that conversation and be like, hey, this is what's up. And then that character can tell you whether or not this is a possibility or not. Like, I really think that this conversation could be great if you could then be like, hey, here's the situation. Let's get everybody involved and talk about it and be adult about this. So that the poly relationships feel more realistic. Because then Dis could come into the conversation and be like, no, I don't want to share you. And you could go, great, we're on the same page about this. Sorry, Rex. Or, oh, I didn't realize it was like that. Sorry, Dis. Like, you could do that. Like, that would make this conversation much more realistic. Otherwise, it just feels like kind of an ugly cheating conversation thing, and I don't like it. So, because we're like, having this conversation is not a cheating conversation. This is a, hey, we haven't had the conversation to figure out where this is going between us. Let's get on the same page conversation, rather than a, I know you're dating someone, you know, maybe you shouldn't cheat on them conversation. Like, I understand that those conversations happen in real life, but I really think that with the way that the setup is for what of the relationships I've seen up until this point, which granted, this is only my second run, so not many, it just feels like the conversation could have, this specific conversation needed to be tweaked or added to. And maybe that was a little too complicated for the game, but I don't know. That's just my thoughts. You missed the opportunity to cheat on base, Broccoli. I'm so sorry. Worst part about this game is that you can't date both my favorite men. This is a bit... It's completely fine that Dis isn't up for you dating Rex. I just wish it was handled a bit better. Yeah, exactly. I suppose it's implied that you know that your partner is monogamous, which is weird. Like, there's no statement where... In most of the relationships that I've seen, there's no statement where, like, hey, we're exclusive to each other and only each other. Or there isn't that conversation of... hey, I want to be exclusive with you, or hey, I'm into you, I'm serious about you, but like I'd like to continue keep my options open if that's okay with you. Like, none of those conversations happen in this game, and I seriously feel like there could be levels here, but maybe they just didn't want to get that complicated in the game. I don't know. Maybe they ran out of time or something. Maybe someone's modded it already. I don't know. Yeah, you should have the option to decide whether to end your relationship with Dis if you aren't okay with being with someone who isn't good with you being poly, as well as choosing to be a monogamous relationship with just... I just feel like that kind of option would be good. Like, I don't care if there's specific characters who are only monogamous, and maybe it's too complicated to have like a monogamous run and like a poly run with the majority of characters. I just feel like human beings, being the social animals that we are, because we are social animals, monogamy is a thing that we constructed for ourselves, not necessarily the only thing that we do. Because clearly, if you want to get into the statistics about marriage and divorce and cheating and all of that, people are not nearly as monogamous as they like to pretend to be. Just in general. And I'm not saying that monogamy can't be a beautiful thing. It can absolutely be a beautiful thing. And if that's what makes you happy, please pursue that with someone who also is happy with it. But if it's not the thing that makes you happy, then the conversation needs to be open and honest and communicative between all parties. Otherwise, what in the world are you doing? Anyways, that's enough of that. Moving on. This is not my Rex run, clearly. Also, let's hug. Let's hug it out. Hugs incoming. Because I needed it for dust season. And, when is your birthday? I forget. Oh, right. We've already done your birthday. So have a stick, because I have sticks. Yep. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick. Gotta love it. Yes, we know. You don't care for the aliens. Marzipan, you're silly. Hey, Cal. Yeah, you are so clumsy around the Helio kids. So clumsy, Cal. Dad! Mom is an incredible lady. For you, Geranium. Just for you. Mom! Yep, I agree. He is a stupid, egotistical man who's going to get us all killed. But I am not going to be in that war. If I can run away from it as fast as I can into the wild blue yonder. Ooh, flower. This. Yep. Done. Okay. I have all the things, and you guys want me to go to the swamps, so I guess we're hunting in the swamps today. I need the engineering, but you guys don't want me to do the engineering. You want me to go hunt in the swamps. So I guess so. To the swamps. Hey, Utopia. I'm gonna go collect this stick really quickly. You look down at the drone rifle in your hands. This is the big leagues. Finally, you're going to get out there and take the fight to the enemy. No messing around out there. These animals are dangerous. They want to kill you, probably as much as you want to kill them. Your job is to get to them first. Utopia sighs. And by no messing around, he means don't go taking risks. She says, as head of expeditions, she's technically in charge of you in the field, though Rhett is the one who molded you for this. There'll always be animals out there, but you're a lot harder to replace. And if you take down anything edible, she adds, tag it for reclamation so we can bring it back to the colony. Vase is practically humming with excitement besides you. Rhett pairs you up to head out together, and Vase sighs. I don't need a buddy, he grumbles. No offense, Rin, but you'll only hold me back. Rhett shakes his head. You two are a good match, he insists. I want you to watch each other's backs out there. Stay within transceiver range of each other at all times. You may not always be able to reach the colony or Utopia, but you'll have each other. Never engage the enemy alone. I won't let you down, sir. I don't need him, but I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna let down a Stratos, okay? You guess if Security Chief Rhett says you need to have a buddy, Vase isn't a bad choice. He's handy with a rifle, at least. Rhett takes off on his glider, and Vase turns to you. Better keep up with me, he sneers. We might be stuck together, but that doesn't mean I need your help. I'm gonna get all the kills and all the kudos, so just let me do all the work and stay out of my way. The subaqueous swamps are especially dangerous, Utopia says. Something in the air makes the beasties here all kinds of fickle. Could be the storms, but normally docile creatures are a lot more aggressive. She bites her lip. And to be perfectly straight with you, there's some darn scary things out there in the swamps. I don't much love that we're sending you kids out in the literal war zone, Utopia says. I've been to the swamps afore all this war business, and it's a beautiful place even if it is real spooky. Hurts my heart to see soldiers tromping all over it. She summons up a smile. But I know teenagers can be just as capable as adults when it comes to surveying and hunting, she says. You got faster reflexes and stronger stamina than a lot of these old codgers. Just try not to make any stupid risks. Just try not to take any stupid risks out there, okay? Promise your honorary auntie? Vase scoffs. You're not my aunt, he mutters. And I don't need a coward telling me what I'm capable of. You're a jerk, Vase. Shut up. I'm gonna be way more useful out here than you are. Well, we made it to the swamps, you guys. And more sticks. No. I want all the collectibles. So we will do all the collectibles. There are eggs out here. Good. Eggy. That one's gonna be a toughie. Here's the path. There's a stick. Anything on this side? No. Medicinal herbs. Cool. Clearly this is Manticore Central. Gonna be mostly like combat challenges. Upsy doozies. Unisaur Eggy. Anything over here? No. Fruit. Take those risks, you only live once. Well, are you here on Vertumna? Whoops, Vase went left and I went right, and now I have no idea where he is. Ah, well, I'll just go do things by myself. Yep, pretty much. Because he's a dick. Stick! Bushbub. More stick. Love stick. Bobberfruit. Nice. Fruit. Nice. Ah. Mislarb. Okay, this is the boss event. I just wanted all the collectibles, so I think I got them all. don't see anymore. Alright, I'm just gonna do the boss event, you guys. It's getting late, and you and Vase should be heading home soon. Then you spot it. There, on a plateau, half a click away, glittering in a beam of blue evening sunlight. A Unisaur. You pull out your binoculars. This one has particularly beautiful coloring. A pale bluish white, the last rays of sunlight shimmering through its rainbow mane as it paws the ground and sniffs the air. You're drawn to its terrible beauty. The question is, when did it last eat? Right. So, this card becomes a 5, and so does this one. Nice. That's a pretty good, solid opening round, actually. Let's see here. This card now becomes a 2. Ah, but it's not a red card. Never mind. 3, a 3, a 3, and a 5. Or, alternatively, I could do this. I like this better. Next. 7, 6, technically a 5, 4. This becomes a 4. So a pair of 4s. Well, actually it's trip 4s because this is also a 4. It's pretending to be a 4 and a 5. So we get a straight down to here and trip 4s. And a little bit of a flush. Cool. Turning them all blue would be useful here. Sure, we could do that too. Still a win, I guess. Doesn't matter, I don't need animals. It's maxed out, guys. It's been maxed out since very early on. Vase watches you, expecting something bad to happen. You approach very, very slowly, pausing for a few minutes at a time for it to get used to your scent. It takes you almost an hour to work your way up to the plateau, but when you do, the Unisaur bows, seeming to accept you. Do we capture it? Do we kill it? Or do we film it? I am the fair, virgin, any all, maiden. So, capture it, I do. This beautiful wild beast is far from tame, and you wonder if it is the right thing to do, but you know if it was Vase's choice, you would just kill it, and surely this is more merciful. You have a moment where you look it in the eye and see intelligence. Murderous intelligence. But it actually follows you down the slope without any trouble at all. You get the sense that it's chosen you, or at least it's curious enough about you to want to learn more about you. You radio your dad to let him know that you're bringing home a new Unisaur. A Unisaur, he chuckles. No idea what we're going to do with one of those, but we'll figure it out. Sure looks like it trusts you, he continues. Make sure you come by Geoponics to keep that bond up. We could use a hand with the other animals, too. And off to home we go, so that I have enough stress to handle the rest of everything. I didn't need the animals, because again, this has been maxed out since very early on, but the combat, I suppose, was useful. The friendship with Vase, What are we up to now? 14. Well, it's not much. This year's Vertumnilia is ushered in with a big military band, horns and drums supplemented by recordings from parade music from Earth. Governor Lum strides out of command in a grand red carpet and ascends the stage to raucous applause. Thank you, everyone, he calls out over the din. Look at you. Look at this colony, finally truly united. And all it took was a common enemy, he declares. I look at you beautiful people, you strong people, you good human people, and I see a fire in your eyes. I see courage in your hearts. I see a colony that's ready to win. I see a colony that's here to stay. Vertumna, do you hear me? He raises his arms and roars. Do you hear me, Vertumna? We humans aren't going to hide anymore. Yeah, I do. Lum gestures for Security Chief Rhett to join him on stage, then continues. The original fugitive colonists got it wrong. In Roman mythology, Vertumnus was the god of cultivation, not of rampant chaotic growth. He clenches his hand into a fist. We need to clear the field before we can plow it. Vertumna won't be safe for human life until the aliens are eradicated. Rhett crosses his arms and nods in agreement. Maybe there's more to this plan than Lum is letting on. Lum descends from the stage and does a receiving line of handshakes and fist bumps. In the vacuum left by his presence, Chief Administrator Seek takes the podium and clears her throat. I want to announce that this will be the last year that festival contests will be held. What? A sound of protest rises from the crowd, and near the front, Lum just shrugs theatrically and mouths, "Not my fault." Seek looks down at him pointedly, then continues, This war will use our colony resources at a tremendous rate, including the most valuable, time. Hey, I've got some good news, Lum adds, jumping back on the stage. This one's really gonna knock your socks off. The colony has its first pregnancy. The crowd murmurs in excitement and Lum beckons Tammy to join him. Everyone give a first round of applause to Aspartame here, Vertumna's first mother. Tammy is beet red all the way to the tips of her ears, but she dutifully does a little twirl so Lum can show her off. Look at her, he exclaims, so vibrant, so healthy, just like our young colony. We're so proud of you, Tammy. Your child is going to join the ranks of the greatest species the universe has ever seen. Lum pumps his fist in the air. Humans! 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 Let me hear you, Vertumna! Wait, Tammy is pregnant? Tammy descends from the stage into a gaggle of surprised and excited friends. Oh my god! OMG, is it really true? Mars asks immediately, taking Tammy by the hands. Yes, Tammy exclaims, like the secret is bursting out of her. I'm finally gonna be a mommy, just like Aunt Anne. No surprise there whatsoever. You take a good look at Tammy. You haven't seen a pregnant person in years, not since you landed, at least. Aren't they supposed to glow? Tammy looks radiant with pride and excitement. Looking more closely, you realize that her dress is starting to curve out around the belly. Even a baby born to the colony, even you and your friends, is a complex arrangement of inherited, donated, and altered genes, and sometimes not even related to their parents. If the council let Tammy have a baby, does that mean there will be more soon? It had better be. Cal runs over from where he was standing with his family and sweeps Tammy up in a big hug, twirling her around. I'm so proud of you, he exclaims, then rests his hand gently on her baby. Sorry, too much spin? You okay, little hot eye? They look at each other adoringly. As you stand around and marvel at Tammy's news, the adults all start putting away their chairs and setting up for the games and contests. Mars puts her hands on her hips. So, she starts, what does everyone think about this war on nature? I think it's stupid, Cal says immediately. I know survival here is important, but we don't have to kill things to survive here. Mars rolls her eyes. Duh, of course you'd think that, she mutters. Personally, I think Lum is a total nullhead. He's not that much older than me. What is he, like, 24? And everyone listens to him? She flips her hair over her shoulder. They should listen to me instead. Finally, you're all called to participate in the games. The last ones may be forever. If this war in nature ever ends, you'll probably be an adult. As your friends all separate into their usual games, you realize that this may be the last time that you just get to be kids. So, what do we choose? Xeno wrangling, the talent show, or the bake-off, because trivia is out. Or do we skip the games? By the sound of it, who knows? It's so edited that even if Cal was the main donor, he's still got less of his genes in the baby than if he was a grandparent. Yeah. Gene tech, you guys. Gene tech. You know, they've made science fiction movies about this. I think we should do the bake-off this time. Because we did Xeno wrangling last time, and I would like another Lush Wild, so I think I'm gonna do the bake-off. I've technically seen all of these, but I don't want to compete against Dis in the talent show. I feel bad. He's my mans. Let him have his light. I've technically seen all of them. I just haven't seen trivia this run because we've never had a reasoning that high. So I don't have the trivia win here at all, but I do have the Botathlon champion 3 times in a row. I have Xeno wrangling champion because that's what we did last time. I do have the bake-off, and I have 2 talent shows. So I could do the talent show, I guess. Dis won't participate? Alright, we'll do the talent show then. Sorry, Mars. And Rex! Haha, that's funny. You report backstage where Mars and Rex are prepping their acts. Rex is sidled up to Mars, complimenting her on her outfit, a spangly, sparkly thing that clings to her figure. You see the reason for the outfit when Mars takes the stage and launches into a total showstopper using holograms to digitally change her clothes as she belts out an incredible aria. When the song is over, honest-to-goodness pyrotechnics blast off all around her. The colony goes wild for it. How do you follow that? Rex gives it his best try, performing something between gymnastics and martial arts, throwing himself in impressive rolls and flips set to music. Mars gives you a wink as you prepare to head on stage. Break a leg, Ren. So, do we recite poetry, dance, or plas cutter sculpture? Either way, it's persuasion-based. I actually think we should go the sculpture route. Yeah, Winter Fairy, I agree. This card becomes a 4. Nope. This becomes a 4. And then we're going to do a pair of 2s. 15 is fairly decent opener, so nice, nice. We're gonna lose stress, so this is fine. But I might want to save it for round 3. So let's see here. This becomes a 4. If I use this 4, it becomes a 5 because of the thud of the thumper. This would become a 3. It doesn't get the +7. That's fine. So I get the straight. All right. Now we're gonna get our 9s in. goal. Technically, I could do this, but then it's not goal. Or, well, it is goal, but it's actually... Suppose it doesn't really matter because this is unchangeable. Okay. We win. People are a little concerned when you haul out a mushwood log and an industrial-sized plas cutter, but swiftly become amazed when you hack at the log until a basic shape forms. You switch to the details, blocking in the facial features, then fine-tuning. You reveal your work with a flourish. It's a bust of yourself. How novel. You win by a large margin of raucous applause. Look at that. Cute. No more stress. After the festivities, everyone is supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, but the adults move around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls and preparing for the human offensive against the planet. Alright. Well, this is where we're going to leave it for today. It's mid-dust now. Nami's birthday, but we're going to leave it here. So, let's get in our cheeky save. It's, stream 21. And thank you guys for joining me. I now have the twins on the menu screen. Just like that. Well, in any case, I am Mayrin Althea Tover, aka May, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. That is not your time zone. Please, please, pretty please, give me a follow. Put on notifications. Either here or on Blue Sky, whichever works out for you, preferably both. Then you'll know when I go live. Alternatively, if you go over to Blue Sky and do this either instead of or as well as, we can talk about this game, your interests, my interests. Let's be friends. I'm bad at social media. I need prompts. Please help if you can, if you will. Pretty please. I also have a YouTube channel. I don't make any money over there. I just use it to put my VOD. So if you run over there and subscribe and ring the bell, you'll know when today's VOD goes live. And if you've missed anything, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, Plague Dr. Man, you can go back and see it all as if you'd been there live. It's there for you anytime, day or night, if you're cleaning, cooking, working, trying to get some sleep, and you just need a little bit of company for any reason whatsoever. The VODs are there for you guys. That's how I give you back. Let's raid a friend, because we're all in this Twitch community together, whether you stream or whether you watch. So please copy pasta my raid message, or add your own love heart or raid emojis to it, whichever you want. But let's see who I'm going to raid today. Well, I have a single choice, which means Psycho Phoenix, who is currently playing Phasmophobia, is a fantastic Brit. I love her. She's sassy. She's usually playing with friends, and she starts around the same time I do, and then she streams far longer than I do. So we're gonna go over her there and give her all my love, let her know that you came from me, and I hope that you enjoy her stream as well with all of the shenanigans that follow. She, like me, is a variety streamer that plays a variety of games every stream, versus me, who plays a variety of games over the course of my streams. It's all fun and games in any case. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will come back tomorrow for more Exocolonist. And if you're over on YouTube, hi YouTube, we love you. In any case, I will see you again soon. So we are going to raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.